Are we live? Let's see if we are. Let's take a look. I don't know. I'll take a look.
So where are you live in this?
YouTube, sir. Nation of Israel, YouTube.
Nice.
And we're live, apparently. Yes, we are.
So you can hear me okay?
Yes, can you hear me okay?
Yes. Yes.
So,
let's go in two different directions. Or no, let's choose one.
okay.
Bobcat Goldthwait was a gigantic part of the 80s.
Yeah.
Very underrated.
Of course.
Every time I see that, an absolute delight, and I'm like, oh my God, where has he been? He's like a long lost cousin that you know that you felt like an emptiness when he wasn't there, but you forgot because it's been so long.
Is he Jewish?
No. No, not at all.
Interesting.
Nor does he need to be. He's Bobcat. That's like an identity all to itself.
I wonder why he got that nickname. I'm just curious.
I don't know, because he certainly doesn't sound like a bobcat. You know,
it's like a weird bobcat, like a somebody's torturing a bobcat.
Yeah, you know, there's like they had these like designated like, you know, retard roles in the 80s.
Yeah,
but not serious.
And people get upset when you like, you know, call it that, or when you have that as a thing.
Like in the 80s, you had funniest retard, and in the 90s, you had most dramatic and you know, heart-wrenching retard. You know, like Forrest Gump or Nell or something like that. You know, you know, that Tropic Thunder was lampooning that. You know, like
don't go full retard.
Right.
Don't ever go full retard.
Right. You know, as a category, or as an award, you know, award for best retard. You know.
Yeah. So, don't say that. I once went out with a girl. You know, you can guess. I mean, she's like quote unquote frum, or grew up quote unquote frum, but like everything. And this is like, you're talking 2015, 14, and I was just like, I was taken aback by this whole like, you know, policing language thing. And she's like, don't say that word. I'm like, why not? Why can't I even say it in jest? She's like, my cousin has special needs. I'm like, okay, but you know what I'm talking about when I say that, right?
Yeah, almost never is a person with special needs being referred to when they hear the word retard.
Yeah. Same thing with gay. That's so gay, you know?
Yeah.
90% of the time, you're not talking about anybody homosexual. But why do you have to use that word then? Why does it have to have negative connotation?
Why not? It's a word, can be used.
Yeah. In the words of George Carlin, they're just words. It's the context that makes them good or bad.
Yeah, but you know, basically, the fact that she says that, right? And it's not just being, you know, and the fact that this person now represents like the ruling class.
Yeah.
Now
the language ruling class, not the ruling class.
Yeah. Now those words have to be said. Before they were optional. Now they are mandatory.
Yeah.
Because that's the only way to fight them.
Yeah. Yeah.
Say them more than ever. Yeah. Right? So that to make these people regret opening their stupid mouth.
Yeah. Yeah, we weren't gonna like, how should I put this? It's kind of like the same thing with these you know, people are upset about, you know, now Roe versus Wade, and everybody was saying like, you guys pushed us to the edge. There were things that we were willing to like accept, but now that you guys pushed with the woke stuff, you know, we took away your candy.
I can't imagine why. I hear you and I'm responding, and I can't imagine why anybody cares about their upsetness. I know that's not a word, but you know what I'm saying.
They're being upset, yeah.
Why is that even a concern to anyone anymore? And it shouldn't have been a concern from the beginning, but certainly for a long time. Like, you know, most people are like, come on,
I think like this whole like Puritanist Christian thing where people, obviously they're using this uh tactic, not that now that they don't have religion anymore, they're just using the same tactic for something else. And a lot of people in America are, doesn't matter if they're right wing or left wing, they're still part of that whole kind of environment. They're still history and zeitgeist. And so
You're
they
saying
don't
that breeds
shame. They use shame, and nobody wants to be shamed. Nobody wants to feel ashamed. These people, the irony is that the people that are shaming have no shame.
right.
But the people who are ashamed, this is like it's even the Torah, Hashkafa talks about this. People feel busha, like the people who are connected to Hashem, they have busha. They feel busha. They feel, it's busha is part of being an a modest person.
Tell the folks at home what the translation of the word
Busha is like embarrassment, shame, humiliation.
shame. So the Torah's busha, right, or the Jewish version of shame, or what it's supposed to be, is shame in front of God, not in front of Karens and other people who are like yakking at you. That's a whole different story. I think the problem is that because people feel shame in front of people more than they do God, or shame in front of people instead of God, almost.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, you
for sure.
got affected by people. If you had shame in front of God, you wouldn't be as affected by people who shame you.
They care more about what people think than what Hashem thinks.
It really seems more like a female thing.
It is. It's very effeminate. I mean, with men, it's just effeminate. But yeah, it's for sure a female thing. Like, how dare you? How dare you?
But even.
Well, I never.
No, but feeling the shame too.
Yeah, for sure.
You know what I mean? Like, I don't.
Yeah. Yeah, men or masculine people with masculine traits don't react. Don't try to appease someone who's shaming them. They don't answer. They don't. In Russian we say "оправдываться." They don't justify themselves. There's none of that. It's like, okay, very nice. I'm glad you feel that way. Okay. Screw up.
I think I used to be like that, but
You used to care.
no. I used to react like the way you just described, like a man should react. Like, whatever.
Yeah.
That's your problem. I don't,
Yeah.
But I realized that there is a wiser way to react.
Okay.
According to me. I don't know if everybody's going to agree with this, but
It's like Jackie Mason, The World According to Me.
no, just this.
Okay.
So I kind of act stupid in the sense where I begin to act like I don't understand. Like, I don't understand why you're upset and why you think I should be upset, but it bothers me that you're upset. Why don't you share your feelings with me?
Yeah, it's like, tell me how you really feel.
Right.
Let it out.
Right. That's way better. I noticed, at least for me, than reacting like "No, nahui."
You know what that made me think of? When Dave Chappelle, the black white supremacist. If you have hate in your heart, let it out.
Yeah, no, because think about it. Like first of all, it's like you'll seem kind of innocent, and you'll seem like genuinely like they don't know how to react to a person that they're trying to shame, not understanding. They assume that everybody has the same understandings about issues that they do.
Yeah.
They feel that it's been sealed already, that everybody is in agreement, that of course
the science is settled.
The science is settled, that everybody that there cannot be anybody, right? So, and certainly the people who don't conform to that, certainly they're ogres.
Yeah.
They are
troglodyte. That's the word
troglodytes.
I was called.
They're deplorables. They cannot, they can't wait to put black people back in chains.
Yeah.
And they can't wait to chain women back to cotton gins.
Yeah. Flip.
The cotton gin.
You know, there's like stuff that they come up with that they attribute to, you know, people or to us that I didn't even think of. Like, I didn't even think of like, I wouldn't even, I sit there sometimes and I'm like, where do you get this from? Where, I want to tell them, I'm like, I don't even know what you're talking about. They like attribute things to me that I don't even know what they're saying. I don't even know where they're getting this from. I don't even know I was supposed to be involved in that activity or behavior or
it's like there's a discussion
mindset
that occurred
that
you weren't present
that I wasn't present for. Yeah. Nobody asked me.
but yet they feel like you should have been caught up.
Yeah.
Like you didn't catch up with the latest episode. Like, you know, I mean, like, no, what happened? I have no idea what this is.
Yeah, dude. I remember when I came back to America and there was all this new terminology that I was just like, what? I literally felt like I was cryogenically frozen. I felt like I was, you know, Demolition Man, you know, Stallone. There's like murder, death, kill, and seashells, and you know, you can't curse, you get a fine for cursing, all that kind of stuff. Obviously, it's not, you know, as I'm describing, but there's all these new things, and I'm just like, when did this happen?
You know, I like the point of that movie because the actual society, right? That the guy, you know, the leader of that society,
Cocteau,
that he developed,
the Klaus Schwab of
it seemed like generally okay. I mean, there was definitely an unhappy, you know, Dennis Leary.
Not just him. There's like a whole contingent of people living underground.
Yeah, there's a couple, but it seemed like the majority were doing okay, right? In this fictional science fiction, you know, scenario. Okay. But then, and you know, but obviously everything is woke, right? So it's a woke paradise, but it goes to show you that the wokeness never ends.
No, it doesn't.
It's insatiable. The guy who created that society, and it seemed to be successful at that point. He wanted to destroy it and rebuild again.
You could just keep building the Tower of Babel over and over, and then it collapses, and you rebuild it again, and it collapses. You know, just like the cycle of collapsing and rebuilding.
And that I think that, you know, it's an interesting. I don't know if that was an accident. I think it might have been an accident, but it seriously revealed a very important principle about these people, that they're never going to be satisfied, and they're going to continually crack, or, you know, like a sacrifice. You know, you can't make an omelet without cracking a few eggs, right?
Yeah, for sure.
What's exactly? I'm trying to remember exactly.
Yeah, you can't make it. You can't make omelet without cracking a few eggs.
That's who you're dealing with. That's who you're dealing with, and if that's who you accept as your leader, then you're subject to their whims.
Yeah.
Okay. But I feel like we changed gears. Like, I want to go back to Bobcat.
Yeah, but I want to hear about
I don't know exactly what to say about Bobcat. I just feel like hanging out with him. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, I know he's still with us.
Well, here's the question: Did he take the, you know what? That's first of all.
Did he take what?
Because we know a lot of our favorite stars from the 80s and 90s took this stuff.
No, I don't even, like, you know, when I'm thinking about Bobcat, I'm not thinking about current Bobcat. I'm thinking about the Bobcat.
80s Bobcat. Yeah, because he's 60 years old today, and he is.
Do you know who else?
He's not Jewish, but anyway, go on.
Do you know who else is almost 60? And it's just absolutely shocking.
Who? Stamos.
No, Stamos is over 60.
John Stamos. I'll tell you how old he is. He's not. He is. Oh yeah, he's 58.
Okay, yeah. So
his wife is 36 and on fire.
Aunt
a stack of smoke.
Aunt Becky is 35? I don't think so.
No, his wife, his real wife.
Aunt Becky. You tell me he's not married to Aunt Becky?
No, he did not marry Aunt Becky. He married a 30. Now she's 36.
Aunt Becky is
half Asian smokestack. Who's 22 years younger than him.
Right. So here's who's almost 60. Sandra Bullock.
Yes, and she looks good. For that.
She looks amazing.
Yeah. You know who else looks for her? What's her face? No, the other one. The one in Pretty Woman. Roberts.
Julia Roberts.
Yeah.
I haven't seen her in a long time, but she's collecting Social Security.
Yes. That's a lot of Social Security, man. Just like tapping into like half that, the pool of money.
Yeah.
Wow, she's young. So Bullock is 57 and Roberts is 54.
Robert's 54.
Yeah, man. She was very, very young in Pretty Woman. I think she was like 19.
Oh man, but she
20.
was even younger in Mystic
And
Pizza.
and in Miami Vice, she was probably she was in Miami Vice.
I don't. That's shocking to me. I feel like I've seen almost every episode of Miami Vice. I don't remember her.
There's all these stars that made appearance. Like what's his face? Bruce Willis made appearances.
No, I remember the stars. I remember Miles Davis. I remember Frank Zappa. I remember Phil Collins was there a lot, actually.
Phil Collins, yeah, he was yeah. By the way, Kira Sedgwick was in that same episode. That's why they wrote Kira Sedgwick.
Yeah,
but she was in an episode with him.
Was Kira Sedgwick? Did she have like a music career before she got into I don't
know. She was just in an episode with him. She played like some blonde chick. I mean, she is blonde chick, but she played some like random chick.
Weird.
Yeah. Phil Collins was there a good amount of time. What's it called? What was I gonna say? Yeah. So Julia Roberts was there. Bruce Willis was there.
But Bobcat wasn't there.
Bobcat was in Miami Vice. No. But he was in Police Academy. That's where I first saw him.
Yeah, Police Academy.
And you know what's awesome? They had the Police Academy cartoon, after school cartoon, and they had him. They had the character, and I think he even did the voice.
Yeah, he was on the motorcycle.
Fantastic. The irony is that his real character, like in the movie, is probably a person who was like on drugs or something.
No.
But in the cartoon, they couldn't make it like a person on drugs.
No. He started out as the gang leader.
Yeah.
I think in Police Academy 2, I think.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
No, he was in 1. He was in the first one.
Okay, so it's either
he played the gang leader and undercover.
Yeah, he was introduced. No, he was introduced to the Police Academy series as the gang leader, the one who was causing all the havoc in the city. And then after being taken down, he decided to clean up his life.
Oh yes, you're right.
And he went to the academy.
Yeah, he was in 2. Yes, you're right. Zed. Yeah.
Yeah.
But for some reason he was in the. Well, I guess no, because that came out in '85. So I guess the cartoon came out in 88, 89.
Oh, the cartoon came out much later. Yeah, it was after. It was after the franchise just fizzled out.
Became popular. No,
without Mahoney, when Steve Guttenberg went elsewhere, that was the end of.
But the cartoon had Mahoney in it.
I didn't watch the cartoon that much.
I watched the cartoon. The cartoon was pretty cool. I liked it.
No, that was I was meaning to get to it. That looked like one of the ones that I wanted to, Bobcat. I was just watching.
What made you think of him? Like where?
No, because first of all, this all started with one of our friends, Alex, who he posted that thing on Facebook about the the 80s memes, like with Buffalo Bill.
Wait, Stuyvesant posted something?
No. Alexander. What he's
all that stuff. Yeah.
Right. So
James, what's his name? Yeah.
Right. So the first thing that I saw that he posted, there was like a Price is Right, like a photo of like a Price is Right, and then it had that kid, the paper boy from Better Off Dead, $2.
Yes.
So I'm like, my wife is like, let's watch something. So I'm looking through like Amazon. Everything is literally sickening to me.
Yeah.
Just, gay Dumbledore, and I don't want to invest the time in a Doctor Strange multiverse. I'm sure it's woke as hell. And all that stuff.
By the way, you wanted to mention this whole gay Dumbledore thing. I don't know what you were talking about.
We'll get back to that another time. There's not much to say. I think it speaks for itself, really. Gay Dumbledore. God, why? No one wants. Anyway, so basically, so we were watching Better Off Dead, and then the sequel, not the official one, but essentially like the repeat of that, is One Crazy Summer. Do you remember with Demi Moore?
Yes. Yes.
In Nantucket.
Yeah.
Just a gem of a movie. It really is. It's as absurdist as it's not as absurdist actually as
Yeah.
Better Off Dead. Better Off Dead. There's not the slightest serious moment in the whole movie at all. Like there's
Yeah.
nothing that
Yeah.
can be taken seriously, at all. But in One Crazy Summer, there might be a couple of moments like maybe here and there. I don't know. But
Yeah.
Bobcat was in that movie,
Mhm.
and he played they had the Stork twins.
Egg stork. Interesting.
Yeah. Okay. And by the way, the other guy who played his brother, right?
Mhm.
They were twins or something like that.
Mhm.
Was another 80s retard.
Who?
His bro I forgot the name of the actor, but
Oh, this guy. Yeah. I'm
always
looking at the pictures.
yeah. So I know him best from Heartbreak. There's a movie with Clint Eastwood, Heartbreak Ridge.
Yeah, hold on. Clay Stork, Tom Villard. Oh, dude, he passed away in 1994. This actor.
He did
Yeah, he was 40 years old. Tom Villard.
40.
Yeah, dude, passed away. He was in he was in Chips in 1980. Grease 2. I don't even know they came out with Grease 2. He was in Taxi for like one episode.
He was in Heartbreak Ridge. That's where I first saw him.
Yeah, Heartbreak Ridge. This is like I don't know. Yeah. Oh, the movie. Okay, Golden
Right.
Girls. He played in one episode. Who's the boss?
Right. So
Yeah.
everything I've ever seen him, I've seen him in three things that I remember.
Yeah.
So Heartbreak Ridge, I see him in this movie, One Crazy Summer,
Mhm.
and then he actually played. Remember Tank Girl? Tank Girl came out in the early '90s.
Yeah.
Right?
Who was in that?
He played one of those like kangaroo creatures.
Lori Petty, that girl. Yeah.
Yeah. It's actually an interesting. It's kind of like it's a good movie. I think sci-fi. It's an interesting
Yeah.
kind of like sci-fi. It doesn't take itself too seriously. It's like a
Yeah.
comic book.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But there is this one cool scene which I always wanted to try this, where basically the world that they live in doesn't have any water. It's one of those scenarios. Okay.
Yeah.
So water is the most expensive
Mhm.
thing.
Yeah.
So people take showers. So she was taking a sand shower.
Yeah.
And it kind of looked like it works. Like I was always wanted to test that just to see how well that works. Like really dry, fine grained sand. I just wonder.
Yeah.
I don't see why it wouldn't work.
Interesting.
I mean, they sandblast tanks, when they
Yeah.
paint them, and it does a pretty good job. So
It's hilarious. Dude, you know what? What other movie that guy was in? In the army now with what's his name?
really,
With Pauly Shore. Oh, speaking of water, they also they desalinated water in that movie.
yeah,
Remember they were like in the fictional. I think they went to Chad. Actually, no, it was a real country. And there was like some fictional war or something, invasion of Chad. Yeah, Libya has been planning invasion of Chad. These guys were called up for service and they had to like desalinate water, stuff like that.
he's from Hawaii. Tom Villard.
That's the way. 40 years old, man. 1994. There you go.
God, man, it sucks. Why did he? On November 14th, 1994, 5 days shy of his 41st birthday. Man, it's our age. Shit, he had AIDS.
Oh, did he? Oh, yeah, that's not surprising.
A tribute to him, a nonprofit organization was created. Yeah.
Thanks, Dr. Fauci. Thanks a lot.
Listen, I mean,
Douche.
like the roles that he took, like that I've seen him in, made me wonder whether or not he was like actually mentally handicapped, because he always played like kind of simple actors. So
he went like full retard. That's what you're saying.
I think, well, not full retard, but
Yeah.
but the same level retard in most movies.
Full what we call learning disability.
Yeah, no, definitely special ed, no question.
Full special ed, isn't it?
Full special ed, but not full retard. Like he's like toward the end of his life, Villard became one of the few actors in Hollywood in the early '90s who chose to be open about his homosexuality.
Yeah.
Okay, and Villard made an unprecedented appearance.
I'm gonna call this episode "Full Retard" and post a picture of what's his name, Ben Stiller from that movie.
Simple Jack.
Yeah, Simple Jack, and see what people say.
Dude, that was
I
Tom.
don't care.
That was Tom Cruise's best role.
Mhm.
Seriously, I think of his body of work.
Oh, when he's like the negotiator, he's like, I did not negotiate
When
with.
he's Les Grossman, that actor.
Yeah.
That's the best role that he's ever played.
The
Like,
agent, yeah.
yeah, I prefer that even like much better than Risky Business. And I actually, I was a fan of the movie.
Yeah.
But and everything else, all that action movie crap is just cheesy, right?
Yeah.
Everything's like I can't think of like a cool role that he was in. You know, like even Vanilla Sky was just like a whiny, shallow character.
Yeah.
But Les Grossman was where he, I think, really shined. His talent was like,
I think it's awesome when they get, they'll take like these kind of guys who play normally serious roles and they just put them in this like absurd comedic role.
no, but
And it's the best. Like you realize that actors who normally do drama are very, very funny people. They have the capacity for comedy like nobody's business.
I know that there are examples of that. I don't know if that's like,
I mean, like for sure, Tom Cruise, you see that.
well, I mean, that's the one role. So
Yeah.
basically, I think that he's like, you know what? He's looking at, he's reflecting upon his like work, his body work. He's like, look, I'm very successful. I made a lot of money. Obviously, I have a lot of money,
Yeah.
but I never got to show my acting chops.
Yep.
You know what I mean?
Range.
So
My range.
I'm gonna. By the way, you know that most people don't know that that's Tom Cruise,
Yeah. No.
right? They
I recognize Tom Cruise right away. I was like, that's Tom Cruise.
right. No,
I
of
was like,
course,
it's hilarious. I'm like, is
The
that Tom
voice.
Cruise? Oh, it's Tom Cruise.
dude. He has the most like I can tell his voice from a million miles away.
Yeah.
Like, he has like a kind of like a weird, like never fully developed adult voice.
Yeah.
It's kind of like a boyish,
Yeah.
high pitched.
He's gonna be a boy forever, that guy.
Kind of, yeah. He's like a Peter Pan kind of guy, But so, but no, but that man, absolute. He's like, it's so and this is gonna lead me back to Bobcat, but Les Grossman, he had that like that rage, right?
Yeah.
He's like, I will rain ungodly hellfire.
Yeah.
I will F you. Can you play that? I'm gonna play it. Actually, it's better if you play it because I noticed. I don't know. Since you sent me the link,
hold on.
the audio is gonna sound better from your system.
Yeah, hold on. Bless.
Negotiations.
It's a whole like 10-minute.
No, I mean they have. Hold on.
Yeah, negotiate. Here. Yeah, this thing. Hold on, the ad's gonna end. These ads, I can't. Television with these ads.
Yeah. Sorry, folks at home. We're not gonna pay YouTube.
What do you need less?
Can you hear it? It's very quiet. Hold on.
It's pretty quiet.
Hold on. Tropic Thunder. Here. There you go.
I know, about 2 seconds with the packer. We're talking about trouble, that's trouble.
I don't think you got it. I don't think that's the one. Hold on. Les Grossman phone call. Hold on.
Glasses.
I got it. Hold on. Let's see if you hear this, okay? Ready?
Yeah.
That's a commercial, but can you hear it?
I hear it's a little choppy, but yeah.
Hang on. I turned the microphone towards the computer. Maybe that'll. Hang on a second.
What do you need, Peck?
Yeah, I hear it.
You need less glasses?
Yeah, I hear it.
Okay, good.
So you can read the Tropic Thunder contract that guarantees my client, Tug Speedman, some form of digital video recorder on location? Huh?
This is only 3 minutes. I think we should just hear the whole thing.
Yeah.
Look, Buckstick, I'm incredibly busy, so why don't you get the hell out of here before I snap? Jam it in. No, not you, Willis. But I will rip your tits off if you don't get me downstairs. Perfect. Hey, Tugger, now
It's still very quiet.
standing here with Les Grossman.
Can you hear it?
He's dying to tell you why he's apparently wiped his ass with the TiVo clause from your contract. We are flaming Dracula. Speedman is with us now. For 50 million, you will get him back. Are you gonna get this? Who is this? And how'd you get this phone? We are flaming Dracula. Simple Jack belongs to us now. I can't believe I saw it. Oh, he does he? And let me tell you something, shitbird.
Can you hear any of this?
Yeah, it's just very quiet.
Quiet. Okay,
Can I play it? Is it okay if I play it? Tell me
Okay,
how that sounds.
let's give it a shot. So okay, so the video that I'm looking at, it's called Tropic Thunder Negotiate.
Yeah, negotiating with kidnappers terrorists.
So I just stopped at 1 minute 9 seconds.
Can you hear it?
Pretty low. Damn it.
This is flaming vodka.
Yeah.
Okay. Fuck this. First, take a big step back and literally fuck your own face. And Pacific bullshit power play you're trying to pull here, but Asia chat is my territory. Whatever you think, you better think again. Otherwise, I'm gonna have to head down there, and I will rain down on a godly fucking firestorm upon you. You're gonna have to call the fucking United Nations and get a fucking binding resolution to keep me from fucking destroying you. I am talking scorched earth, motherfucker. I will massacre you. I will fuck you up.
Okay, we could stop there.
Spoiler.
That's that level of rage
Mhm.
that I can relate to somehow.
Yeah.
And I think I got it from Bobcat. I think, you know what I mean? He's like, "Rah!" You know, he just no, because even in the movie, even in like Police
Yeah.
Academy, he's
Yeah.
just kind of like a messed up, like sensitive, misunderstood guy. You know, like he's just emotionally troubled. You know,
Yeah.
but he's very deep. You know, he's like he has these like revealing like moments. You know, but then he has this like this primal rage that just comes out, and he can't. It's you know, the way it flows out. He can't even control his speech.
Yeah.
And I don't know. There's something about that had a deep impact on me. You know. By the way, people think he actually speaks normally in real life.
Yeah.
You know what? Can
He
you?
does, yeah.
Yeah. Let's find a clip of Bobcat just speaking normally. You know, like what he actually sounds like. It's like hearing
hold on.
Gilbert.
Yeah,
It's like
yeah,
hearing-
yeah. Gilbert got.
Yeah.
Bless memory, by the way.
And then he sounds like some Frenchman named Jacques. You know, when he's speaking normally, like
Yeah.
the silkiest voice ever.
Yeah, I'm gonna play a clip from like Rogan when he's on Rogan or something like that.
He's like, do it slow,
Right here.
do it slowly.
Yeah, he's talking about Ron Williams here.
I don't know who Ron Williams is. Doesn't matter.
Well, that's stupid ads. I can't.
Yeah, the ads, man.
Williams in World's Greatest.
Can you hear it?
There's an article out.
Yeah.
Robin Williams' roles in movies, and they call that one of his best unsung roles. It was not a great.
Yeah, people didn't see
Success.
it, but it was he was my best friend. So when we went to work, I remember being very nervous, like thinking,
Okay, so that's Bobcat speaking normally, but I think the other guy was Larry King, right?
Yeah, it's Larry King.
Yeah. So he speaks normally, folks. Bobcat. We showed you behind the curtain. We pushed back the veil.
The retard voice behind the curtain.
Yeah. You know. So yeah. So
I feel like these people who play these retards are some of the most intelligent people ever.
yeah, I mean,
You know?
I suppose you'd have to. Like even that guy, like Tom Villard, right?
Yeah.
It looked like he was like a theater.
Yeah.
He was trained. It said
He
here.
was, yeah.
Oh my God! It says that. Hold on. He attended Allegheny College in Meadville, Pennsylvania, before
Yeah.
moving to New York to
Yeah.
attend Lee Strasberg Theater and Film Institute,
Yeah.
the American Musical and
Uh-huh.
Dramatic Academy.
Yep. In the 70s.
So he was an academic actor.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's amazing to me. So
Yeah. He just had that face, you like you could turn him into like whatever you wanted. In this case, a retard.
yeah, and in the movie, like I still like when you haven't seen a movie for a long time, they used to watch a lot because it was on cable all the time and you liked it and you were like a little kid.
Yeah.
There's this one moment in the movie where, the bad guy, like the jerk, the villain in the movie,
Yeah.
punched his brother. He punched Tom Villard's character,
Yeah.
right? And they had a gas station and an auto repair shop, right?
Uh-huh.
Stork Brothers. And so the bad guy brought in his like Ferrari for service. And when he just for some reason punched one of the brothers, right? And then he that brother who got punched, he drove the car into the shop, and then he's like, he has his head down, and he's obviously upset. And then Bobcat's like, what happened? What happened? And then you see him, he has a bloody nose. He goes, did Chad do this? I forgot. The guy's name's Chad, whatever, right?
Yeah.
It's not Chad. It's just, let's just say his name's Chad.
Yeah.
He's like, did Chad do this? And he's like, I don't want to talk about it. And he like walks away, right?
Yeah.
So you could see like almost Gary Oldman style, right? Like that anger like flare up.
Everyone.
And he takes a chainsaw right to the car.
God, dear Lord.
Right. And I was like, to me, that was a powerful scene, like, because I was like, yeah, when you're a kid, I'm like, yeah, that's exactly what I would do.
Yeah.
God, that movie was hilarious. Like that, there would be no movie without Bobcat. Like,
that's true.
No,
I'm looking at this picture. It's like they're standing. He's wearing the Villard guy's wearing stupid, like I'm stupid.
Yeah, but
the other guy's
I'm
with stupid. Yes, this is the wrong side.
There's actually a really kind of funny, like this only is funny. Like the gag itself is corny, but because Bobcat was involved, like earlier in the movie.
Yeah.
I don't know. I guess they're filming a movie there, some cheesy movie.
Yeah.
And there was a film set, and then I don't know. He was being paid to like watch it, and then there was a Godzilla costume.
Yeah.
in the wardrobe truck, I guess.
Yeah.
So he's like, he wasn't supposed to touch anything, but he's like, so he puts on the Godzilla suit, right? And he's messing around, but he had to be somewhere at 9 o'clock. It was really important, right?
Yeah.
So he couldn't get out of the suit, right?
Yeah.
So if you can imagine like Bobcat screaming, he's like, "Rah!" And he's like shit, he can't get the suit off,
Yeah.
He's like, but he sounds like Godzilla, right? Like having a meltdown.
Yeah.
It's just Bobcat stuck in the suit.
Yeah.
And then so basically he runs in the suit to the place where he has to be at 9 o'clock, right? Because John Cusack's character, horribly named Hoops, right? He's out with the bad guy's girlfriend, cute girl, by the way. Let's talk about her too.
Yeah.
And so he was supposed to watch to see if the boyfriend, leaves the party that he's at, so that way he can run and warn John Cusack's character to get out of there before. Anyway, whatever. That was the plot. Okay. So Bobcat runs to this party where the villain boyfriend is at to watch him, and then he sees him leaving, and so he's hiding in the bushes, because he's wearing this like costume, this Godzilla costume.
Yeah.
And then William Hickey, this actor William Hickey, he's a classic. He's like one of those guys. He's like in every movie. You know what I mean? William, just like
whatever. Yeah.
I think.
Are you sure it's William Hickey?
I'm sure it's William Hickey.
This is still in Crazy Summer.
Yeah. He played the father of the villain.
Okay.
He was like in a wheelchair, the old man in a wheelchair.
Okay.
So he was also at the party, and he's like smoking a cigar, and he like tosses a cigar, and it accidentally.
Oh, this guy, old man. Yeah. He played the father-in-law of. He played in like the movie with the Billy Crystal, where he's like repeating things. You asked for it, you got it. This actor. Okay, fine.
That guy. He's also very unique. No one liked him.
Yeah.
Right. So basically, he threw a cigar, and he thought he was throwing it in the bushes, but it flew into Godzilla's mouth.
Yeah.
Right. So now he can't, and he can't get it out because he's stuck in the costume. Right. So now there's smoke coming out, of Godzilla's mouth. Looks like he's breathing fire. So he's freaking out, and he jumps out of the bushes because he's getting burnt by the cigar.
Yeah.
And the party was some kind of like promotional party for like a condominium complex that the bad guy wants to build on Demi Moore's land.
Yeah.
80s plot. Okay. So then the Godzilla.
There's always real estate people involved. Notice.
Yeah. Goonies, right? Yeah. So basically, then he's like trampling the model, with all the houses as in a Godzilla costume.
Yeah.
So that it's very corny. Like you can hear how corny it is by the description, but because it's Bobcat, it is hilarious. It's one of the funniest things that you're bound to see.
Yeah. So here's my question, man. Here's my question. In all these wonderful 80s movies is a man by the name of John Cusack.
Oh my God,
What the hell
the worst.
happened to him?
No. You're
He was
asking.
always, you're saying he was always like this.
You can tell straight from the get-go, straight from the movie Better Off Dead, that he was a whiny, like, just defeatist,
Yeah.
child-hating liberal.
Okay, so why did they keep
By the way,
casting
did
him
you
in
know-
these
did you
amazing
notice-
in these fantastic movies?
Did you notice that? I just want, before I get to that, did you
Mhm.
notice that in both Better Off Dead
Mhm.
and in One Crazy Summer,
Mhm.
they portrayed children as these like scary zombies that everybody has to get away from.
Yeah, yeah.
You know what I mean? It was a little bit less serious in
Mhm.
the second one, but crazy, right? Like,
Yeah.
I mean, it's funny, but
Mhm.
like that theme
That's
repeated
yeah,
itself.
yeah. They're like, yeah, it's almost like a
Now,
conditioning, I guess. You could say.
yeah, I mean, I might be reading too much into it. You
Yeah.
know, it could have been just really just a comic device.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean,
It's just
So, I don't know, he was always that
yeah. I
whiny-
remember him in like High Fidelity. It was always it's like whiny
everything is
high Fidelity, and then what's the other movie he's in?
whiny. See, the thing is, whiny and overcomplicated gets
Mm.
confused with deep.
Yeah,
And it's not.
it's
Okay.
a
So,
deep and intelligent, super
Yeah.
intellectual.
you know, like he's troubled, he's tortured, he's and and John Cusack was one of the biggest political operatives in Hollywood. Like he
Yeah,
like he
Yeah,
wasn't
he's
even
in-
hiding.
he's in that series where he plays like that scientist, whatever. You know the whole thing, right? Where he talks about like a pandemic. You know what I'm talking about?
I don't think I
Here,
saw that.
here. I'm gonna play you the scene. This is crazy, man. Here, I don't know if they have it on here. There you go. John Cusack pandemic movie. It's called Utopia: The Plan, and it was actually an Amazon movie, and I think they even took it down. Hold on, let me see. Yeah, it's a 2020. It's a series that came out in 2020. He plays Dr. Kevin Christie. So basically, it's like a group of young adults who meet online, get a hold of a cult underground graphic novel, which not only pins them as a target of a shadowy deep state organization, but also burdens them with the dangerous task of saving the world. So basically, he played here. Listen to this.
You desecrated all my work. You disrespected science.
This is him.
What
Cusack.
the hell did you put in that vaccine?
Crazy, right? Oh no, that's not.
When this vaccine
They're asking
fails,
him.
I'll be the scapegoat.
You created a flu that sparked demand for a vaccine that doesn't work. After everyone in the country is vaccinated,
And the world?
Crazy,
we've
right?
murdered millions.
Nope.
Can't
You
believe
have
that.
to
Now before the vaccine ships and more people die.
give a certain percentage of the population a fatal illness, and you make sure it's genetic. That was the exciting part. You pass it down. So if you have children before you die,
Crazy.
how much evil do you have to do?
What is this? How recent is this?
This is in 2020. This is from an Amazon series. Keep listening.
People are driven by the need to know what happens next. Do you want to know what happens next? Your father created a world-changing, not world-ending, world-changing, world-improving omnivirus. And we have taken that virus and embedded it in the vaccine that starts flu.
That's literally what they're doing.
Uh-huh. Keep listening. Keep listening.
Created panic, and now everybody's begging for the vaccine.
No,
Mhm.
demanding it with all the entitlement of a first world country.
Yes. And now we have exactly what we want. Hundreds of millions of Americans lining up, offering us their arms, and letting us give them our creation.
I'm pretty sure when every vaccinated person starts dying, they'll trace back to undetectable virus or
Mm.
not.
You've all been very busy. You're all very sharp.
So he's admittedly playing a bad guy in this movie,
Yes.
in the series.
Keep listening. Keep listening.
Me? Nope. Better than dying a terrible, violent death. Then understand this. What we are doing is far bigger than death. This
this virus is not deadly.
It looks pretty damn deadly.
Tell me this. What have you done today to earn your place in this crowded world?
Uh-huh.
Exactly. Everything I do is a cure for our current situation.
Mm-hmm.
And how's it a cure if you're killing people?
I told you it does not kill. That was the amazing epiphany we had. We didn't have to kill to accomplish our goal.
Which is what?
We intend to stop human reproduction for 3 generations.
Mhm.
It means an endless global assembly line of babies will grind to a halt. You're sterilizing people?
Mm-hmm.
In the first 5 years, we'll start to see major birth rate declines as teenagers vaccinated today hit their childbearing years.
Yeah,
You're
little,
controlling the future
little
of
kids.
human civilization.
Is that what they're calling it? It's a very nice euphemism for a species that has replicated like a contagion across the planet, killing all other species in its wake, except things that are cute like puppies or koalas, pandas. Never in history has there been a creature begging for extinction more than the fucking panda. Except us.
You hate people that much?
On the contrary, I love people.
How?
Why we're doing what our government or citizenry is too spoiled or self-indulgent to do. We are saving ourselves from ourselves.
Halting overpopulation.
100 years ago, the global population was 1.7 billion. 2011, it reached
7 billion.
people live too long, die less often. Fuck too much.
Now, baby's late. 2050, they say it's going to plateau.
We'll blow past 11 billion and then slowly begin to.
Video. This is going to be a freestyle.
And then it'll be too late to
What? Is this it?
I think I had a pop up.
Oh.
Sorry, just for a second.
here's any resemblance to a world we actually want to live in. This planet. I love this planet. So I decided to take care of the problem.
By injecting your virus into the veins of every human on it?
Global warming, mass extinctions, food, water shortages. All these problems can be boiled down to one thing. Overpopulation.
It's not as simple as that.
But it is. At 1.7 billion, we can be as decadent, self-indulgent, and shitty as we want. At 10 billion, we have to live strategically. We have to live modestly. We have to live selflessly. And as you know, we're not that good at it.
And you're beta testing it on Americans since we're the worst.
If we don't do something now, right now, in a decade, our world will experience extraordinary privations. A war of all against all.
Water. We'll go to war over water, and the people who will die first are the ones without power and money.
By then, we'll be fighting over a world that really isn't worth fighting for.
You can't just decide people won't have babies
I
because
can and I did.
What about what this does to people's society?
Salvation. We form a new society. The grand social experiment.
Nice, right?
All right, dude, enough. We get it. Oh, God. You got me so down.
No. It's not down.
I guess you're right. I guess you have to play that whole thing to let people know that
Speaking of Cusack, right?
they're literally, yeah, it's like we weren't, but Cusack was just on a side note, but it just goes to show you who Cusack. I think he wants us to think that because he made this movie, right, that he's not part of it.
Yeah.
But I think he actually believes this.
That he's like warning us or whatever.
Yeah.
This is how these people, like you said, they're making it so that like they
If it's a movie, then it can't be real.
yeah. No, so then they make people like us look crazy. Oh, it's just a conspiracy theory from a movie.
And just to lighten the mood, here is Bobcat screaming.
What the hell? I can't hear a damn thing.
You can't hear that?
I cannot hear a damn thing.
Okay, damn it, dude. How about this? Just let's see if you can hear it from your side. Bobcat Goldthwait just screaming.
Hold on.
There's a series of it. There's a whole series.
1 second. There you go.
The hell?
I can't hear it at all either. Why? I can hear the stupid music in the beginning, but why can't I hear the screaming? That's crazy.
Can you hear the hymns?
There it goes. I just heard it.
The hair. It's the hair.
Everything. The face.
Yeah.
He's so
Hold on,
committed.
hold on. I want to put him on from Police Academy.
He's so committed. You
Yeah,
know,
I'm gonna
everything
play
is-
Police Academy clips. Hold on.
Yeah.
Bleeding these ads. I can't take this anymore. Oh my god. I feel like that guy from Office Space. One of these days I break this machine. Okay, here we go. Oh my god, spraying himself with
Yeah.
in his mouth.
Yo, turn it off for a second. Yo, can you turn on Police Academy, the best of Zed and Sweet Chuck?
Yeah. Yeah, hold on, there you go. Part 1. Okay. This guy was on SNL, by the way, the Sweet Chuck guy.
Yeah, you told me. I was shocked by that.
Hilarious. They were partners.
If you don't like it, you go around me.
Okay.
I think it's gonna be a while till we get to Bobcat.
Yeah. Oh, he's on a bike. He's on a moped here. There you go.
Yeah.
Look at that face.
Yeah. He's like, wow.
He's scaring the crap out of him.
Yeah. You know what? I want to see if they have the actual scene from One Crazy Summer.
Yeah.
Hold on, like where he goes insane and starts chopping up the Ferrari. Hold on.
But here, I want to play a couple more things when they're together.
Oh, One Crazy Summer.
Hold on. I want to play when they're trying to enter the room in the dorm. In the dorm.
What's the problem? He's an animal. Well, get used to it. He's your roommate. Let's reform. It's on our side now. Yeah, I used to be a real jerk, but now I'm a people guy.
I used to be a real jerk. Now I'm a people guy. Hello, you still there?
Crazy. Oh wait, hold on. Okay, can you just look up? All right, we're not gonna drive the folks. I know I'm too crazy. Just a couple of more, okay?
Okay.
So look up Bobcat Goldthwait, One Crazy Summer, Godzilla.
Yeah, we'll just do
I can't find the one I was looking for originally. So
yeah, there you go. The 1 minute 52 seconds thing.
yeah,
Growing up, my family.
Oh my god, that's again.
I recommend everybody look this up if you're listening to this. Just look up the scene. Is it on? Are you playing it?
I'm waiting for the ad to finish.
The ad. Damn. Fucking ad. Ah!
What is wrong with him?
Yeah, she is like.
He's a genius.
He's amazing. Are you
Holy
kidding me?
crap.
He's a gem. He's a true gem.
Oh my god, this old guy.
Is he at the party? He's at the party.
He goes to his mouth.
Crazy. Dude, I can't even hear it. I like that you're laughing.
Pee in my pants.
Right? If that was anybody, nobody could pull that off except for Bobcat.
Oh my god.
It's such a stupid idea. It's so cheesy. But only Bobcat could pull that off. He was like, dude, that guy, you know, he was like best friends with Robin Williams, right? Like,
Dude, I've never seen that before. I've never seen that.
what happened? What are you seeing now? What are you seeing now?
The cracking up from the whole thing.
No, is the smoke coming out of him yet?
No, yeah, it was. It just whatever the scene ended.
Man,
Oh god, holy crap.
right? I'm like, you know, I totally forgot about that scene. Like the whole movie is worth it just for that. And then
Yes.
you know, and then also when he goes crazy and he chops up the Ferrari. You know, I'm pretty sure. Like I've only seen that kind of level of primal rage like twice in movies. The Ferrari scene in this movie and Gary Oldman in the Professional. You know, everyone. You know, like.
Dude, by the way, this chick from Naked and Afraid, Melanie Rauscher, found dead at the age of 35 in guest room of a house in Arizona.
I don't know what that is, but it's sad that a young person died.
Yeah, it keeps happening.
Oh, God.
Mysterious circumstances. Mysterious circumstances. Mysterious circumstances.
Probably a beautiful girl.
Yeah, no, it's okay.
By the way, another rarity in this movie is the girl, not well, the main girl in the movie is Demi Moore, who's very pretty, but the bad guy's girlfriend, I forgot what her name is, but she's like an actress that I only saw like in 2 different places, and I don't know why, but I thought she was very, very cute, very unique look.
Yeah.
She's only in 2 movies that I know of that I've seen.
Wait, who's this again?
The girl who played the bad guy's girlfriend.
Okay.
I forgot what her name. Oh, Cookie in the movie. Her name's Cookie.
Kimberly Foster.
I guess that's her name.
Oh, this girl. Yeah, she played she's kind of like a poor man's.
What? Poor man.
No, there's what's her name? The model who was in Perfect 10. The hell's her face? Oh,
Are you talking about oh man, I know what you're talking about. She has like a weird name. It's not
yeah,
like a normal
Bo
name.
Derek. So this girl is like.
Oh, right.
She looks like a poor man's Bo Derek kind of.
She looks nothing like Bo Derek. She actually has like
Similar.
I don't know what it is. I think she has like this look on her face that she knows exactly. Like she's not pretending. She's not a shrinking violet. Like she knows exactly. She's up to no good.
Yeah.
And she's very, very happy about it. That's pretty rare on a female. Like I don't think I've ever seen that with anybody else.
Yeah.
Like that looks like it comes a little too naturally to her.
Yeah.
You know, I think Sharon Stone tried to be like that.
Yeah.
Like she tried to act to be, but this girl like somehow just did it, but in a comic way. So I thought it was interesting.
Yeah.
Strange movie. And the bad guy, there's 2 bad guys. There's the bad guy and the bad guy's father, who's the main bad guy.
Yeah.
And he's Niedermeyer, the guy who played Niedermeyer in Animal House.
And Animal House. Okay, fine. Yeah.
I think he was also like in the Twisted Sister video. You know, he's like the angry father.
Animal House. Yeah.
He always plays these guys. He's like very, very.
Oh, this guy. Yeah. This guy with the helmet. My God. Yeah. Huh. Was he in the Twisted Sister video? Really? Who was he?
Dude, Bobcat ended up with a serious smokestack, as far as if I'm not mistaken.
I mean, it's not surprising. I always conflated him with Sam Kinison, and they both, and you know, Kinison always got the smokestacks. So
Did he really?
yeah, yeah. His second, see, Bobcat's second wife. This, it's not so bad.
She was like that. She was also kind of like, I think, was her name? She was like a redhead, right? Like,
Yeah, and Lully, and Lully.
no, 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 it was somebody else.
What, the second one?
No, the one like the smokestack that. Man, I might be wrong.
Nikki Cox. Yeah, this girl.
Yeah, that's the one.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah.
Pretty girl.
Yeah, yeah. She's like our age. She's actually a little older than us. She was like in every like whatever. Like,
She had her. I think she had her own show
She had her.
for some period of time. She was also like a comic actress.
She had a show called. She was on Baywatch for like 3 years.
That's fitting.
She was on General Hospital. She was on Blossom for 4 episodes. Oh, Unhappily Ever After. That was it. Oh, that was like the thing after Married with Children. She played the daughter. Remember that show?
Yeah, something related to my. But is it unhappily? I mean, was it the same characters or is it like the same type of show?
Same type, Malloy family. Yes, it's as a father Jack, mother Jeannie, dim-witted eldest son Ryan, and daughter Tiffany, and forgotten son Ross. In the first 2 seasons, storylines featured Jenny's pill-popping mother. Blah blah blah. Yes,
That's
she
probably-
she played the hot daughter.
That's probably what I remember her from. Yeah.
And then there was the Norm show. which
Yeah,
I-
she played.
Oh,
Yeah, that's where I remember her. She played like a teenage prostitute.
And then she had her own. Yeah, she had her own show called Nikki White. I don't know.
Maybe that's what I remember.
Yeah, I remember her from this Unhappily Ever After situation.
Smokestacky girl. Yeah. But yeah, man. So what else can we say about Bobcat? I just wanted to talk a little bit about him because like every time I see him, I'm like, holy crap, that guy is like an 80s staple. Like I cannot forget his contribution. Like there's nobody like him.
Yeah. What else
Special.
can we say about him? What else can we say?
Whatever, man. I guess we don't have to say that much. He's
No,
funny.
there's also. I'm trying to see what other movies here. Shakes the Clown is a dark
Oh.
comedy.
Dude, he was in Hot to Trot.
A birthday.
That was
for the
his-
Clown.
That was his big movie. That was his like big like solo movie.
Big movie. Really? It was a
Yeah.
movie?
It was like with a talking horse.
I'm looking at his filmography and I don't see any How to Trot.
What?
Are you sure that was?
Oh. No, am I mixing this up? No.
I think you're mixing-
1988 film, Hot to Trot. Bobcat Goldthwait is the main character. Just Google Hot to Trot. You'll see.
Okay, hold on.
Really good cast of characters too.
Yeah,
Dude, I don't.
yeah,
I don't
yeah.
think-
Oh yes, yeah. Fred P. Cheney. Yeah, he's in the movie with the horse.
A talking horse.
An insecure stockbroker teams up with Don the talking horse, a chatty four-legged financial advisor. What the heck is this?
I'm sure it's hilarious.
This actor, Virginia Manson. John Candy was in it. Oh, he played the horse, I guess.
Dude, I used to love Virginia Madsen.
Oh, and this guy, Street Shot guy, was in that movie. Tim Kazurinsky.
That would make sense.
Yeah, they're like good friends. Interesting. Hot to Trot. Let's see what else he was in. He had a comedy special called "Is He Like That All the Time?"
I don't remember that. But Dabney Coleman was in this movie too. He's a
Yeah, he's a
comic
good actor.
actor.
Yeah. Let's see. Eek the Cat. Remember that cartoon?
Was he the voice of that?
He was the voice of one of these. No, one of the reindeer or something. Christmas.
No, I can imagine him being like an incredible like voice actor too.
Yeah.
But I can't think of what I might have heard him in.
Yeah. He was in the Ben Stiller show. You know that like skit show that Ben Stiller had in the early 90s.
Yeah, it was on HBO, right?
Yeah. He played also in one episode of Married with Children. He played what's Capital Critters? What was this?
Capital Critters.
Oh,
We don't have to go through his whole career.
Yeah, but I'm just looking at he's in a lot of cartoon voices. He was in that movie. Remember the movie Scrooged? He was in that.
Yes. Yes, he was the assistant. He went crazy.
Elliot
Oh,
Louder.
he wanted to kill Bill Murray's character, remember?
Oh,
Because he
yeah.
fired him Christmas Eve.
Yeah.
Great, yo, dude, great catch. That's right. That was one of his better roles too. He had like a significant role in that movie.
By the way, he was also in 2 Twister Sister videos and a Pointer Sisters, 3 Twister Sister videos.
Dude, he was an 80s institution. I think we established that.
He was, yeah.
And I feel like he doesn't get the recognition he
And
deserves.
80s and 90s. Yeah, mostly 80s.
Not the 90s. He totally dropped off. Like
90s, he just went into cartoon voices and stuff.
you know, I could imagine it'd be difficult to continue like being that guy for your whole career just on your voice.
Yeah, it's hard.
Like
Yeah.
he was like Sam Kinison had it tough enough, but this guy was just on the whole time. Like Sam Kinison.
Oh! But at least Sam Kinison had like material.
He's like, oh, no, but he had also quiet moments.
The scream, yeah.
You know, he had like.
Can I just play for the folks at home? This is my favorite scene of all time. Sam Kinison is the teacher.
Yeah, man.
Sure.
Sturgis, right?
Yeah, Professor Turgison.
Turgison, right?
Yeah. With Rodney Dangerfield, the two
Yep.
probably most incredible comedians ever. Ever.
They should both be like on the Mount Rushmore of comedy.
Yes, they should. Hold on a second. Come on with the ads. It must play the ad because it's one of these like Hollywood clips. Whatever, just give it like 9 seconds.
The negative part of speaking about Bobcat is that we unfortunately had to touch upon John Cusack.
Here.
To contemporary American history. I'm Professor Turgison. A lot of people think history is just facts. It's just information about the past, but not me. I hold history very sacred. The way the farmer looks at the earth and he holds it sacred. The way a Christian takes the Bible and he holds it sacred. The way a lot of people hold their marriage sacred. That's how I feel about it. So why don't we dive right in by interpreting one of the easiest events in the last 20 years of American history. Now, can someone tell me why in 1975 we pulled our troops out of Vietnam?
The failure of Vietnamization to impart this support caused an ongoing erosion of confidence in the very American but illegal Saigon regimes.
You see his face. You just like see his face.
Is she right? He's like,
right? He just like turn on a dime.
Popular version of what went on there. And a lot of people like to believe that. I wish I could, but I was there. I wasn't here in the classroom, hoping I was right, thinking about it. I was up to my knees in rice patties with Josh Edward going up against Charlotte, slugging it out with him, while pussies like you were back there partying, putting headbands on, doing drugs, listen to the goddamn Beatle album.
Take it easy, will you? I mean, these kids, they were in grade school at the time. And me, I'm not a fighter. I'm a lover.
I didn't know you wanted to get involved with the discussion, Mr. Helper.
Mr. Helper. I love that.
Maybe you can help me, okay? You remember that thing we had about 30 years ago called the Korean conflict? Yeah, where we failed to achieve victory. How come we didn't cross the 38th parallel and push those rice eaters back to the Great Wall of China and take the first place? And don't get them back into the fucking Stone Age River? How come? Say it! Say it!
All right, I'll say it. Because Truman was too much of a pussy wimp to let McCarthy go in there and blow out those tummy bastards.
Good answer. Good answer.
Hold on a second.
I'm gonna be watching you.
You know, just like with Archie Bunker.
Hold on a second, then. Hold on a second. Just 1 second. It's gotta. Somebody came home. 1 second. Yep. Sorry.
Yeah, man.
I'm gonna finish the rest of that video. I like this teacher. He really seems to care
About what I have.
about what I have no idea.
No, but what I wanted to say was, I don't care whether or not, like Archie Bunker. I don't care whether or not the actor actually, the role was better than the character than the person themselves playing the role. Like Archie Bunker as a character was better than the actor who played him. And I'd like to think that Sam Kinison actually believed what he just said.
Yeah.
Right. I tend to think that he did. Although, I can't imagine him taking politics too seriously, right? But he probably would lean that way. And Rodney Dangerfield, I'd also like to think that kind of an old school guy, But that was the most right-wing moment in modern film history.
It was, yeah. I don't think they'd be able to pull that off today.
He said rice eaters. Holy crap.
Yeah. The Great Wall of China and everything. The whole thing. It's one ball of alt-right.
Dude, by the way, in the 80s, Mr. Woke, Mr. John Cusack.
Yeah.
Right? There's a lot of there's some stuff in those movies that he himself should be getting in trouble for.
Yeah, he should be.
Some racist stuff.
Of course.
Especially
if you
with the Japanese brothers, the guys that wanted to.
But if you call them out, they'll say, "Well, you see, we've progressed since then. We've enlightened and we've learned and this." They always have a thing to say how they should not be canceled for things years and years ago because they progressed. But the people who, there's other people who didn't progress according to them. They always progress and nobody else progresses.
There's an insurance policy, if they're very beloved, figures on the left, then if somebody keeps pressing the issue, then they'll be like, "Oh, I should apologize." Maybe it's overdue. They'll say something like that, and then they'll get more props.
Yeah.
Then they. Do.
I was very. I've learned my lesson since then, and whatever.
It was a different time.
It was a different time, and I learned my lesson, and I, whatever, and I apologize to all the people I may have offended 35 years ago.
By the way, I'm looking at images of Bobcat, and by the people that he's hanging out with and who he's comfortable with, he's definitely woke.
Yes.
Also, he has gotten weirder with time, the way he looks.
Yeah.
He got to be wearing a crazy hat. I don't get it. I don't need the hat thing.
Yeah. I don't know.
It's a shame. I
know not, sir. I know not.
Dude, there's a kid. This is very obscure, but if you know this, man, I'll give you so much props. There's this actor. I don't even remember this kid's name. He was a child actor in the 80s. I was convinced was Bobcat's younger brother. Okay. He kind of had this strange look. Where you can see him? He was in this movie called Class of 1999.
One second.
It was it's kind of like a beam sci-fi movie with these punks.
Are you, let's see, a science fiction thriller? Let's see who you're talking about. Are you talking about this Bradley Gregg guy?
Hold on, but
when he was when he was a kid, he was he played in no, he wasn't the main character, was he?
No, he was the little brother of the main character. Yeah, this is the movie. Holy crap. Actually, wow, I'm surprised.
Let's take a look.
I'm surprised that the people who played
Malcolm McDowell is in this movie.
And Pam Grier.
Joshua John. Who's this Joshua? Is this maybe this guy? Joshua John Miller?
This guy? That is the guy.
This guy, oh my God. Yeah, he's weird looking.
Do you remember this kid from the 80s?
As a kid, I remember him.
Yeah, no.
I remember him being a kid.
This kid,
he looked like an adult as a kid. It was really weird.
He had this kind of, no, I wouldn't say that.
He looked like, he looked like as a kid, like a midget mafia guy.
No, he kind of looked, he had a little bit of a slightly, you would think if you said that he was developmentally disabled, you'd kind of believe it because he also had.
He looks like the midget from Twin Peaks. Remember the midget from Twin Peaks? He looks like that.
he has right. There's something, he has. It looks like he may have some kind of condition. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
yeah. I don't think he did. I think he just was. That's what he looked like.
Right.
Yeah,
I,
he.
So I thought this kid was related to Bobcat somehow. There's something about them that
His mom was a Playboy pinup girl,
that's rough.
and his dad is a Pulitzer Prize-winning playwright, Jason Miller. And actually, they both looked good. It's just that his mom kind of had this nose a little bit. So his half brother is Jason Patrick, man.
What?
Yeah, and his maternal grandfather was photographer Bruno Bernard.
That's Jason Patrick's brother.
Half brother, yeah.
That's
I don't
crazy.
know. I don't know, man.
For the folks at home, Jason Patrick, Lost Boys
Yeah.
of Lost Boys fame.
Yeah. Yeah, these are all kids of like people who were already in Hollywood and like writers and Playboy bunnies and all this kind of stuff.
Okay, so
This guy went on drugs.
I now remember the movie that I remember this kid most from.
Yeah.
It's a little bit difficult to admit. Okay.
Teen Witch?
Yes, yes.
Oh my God.
I was, dude, you didn't give me a choice. I was thinking whether or not to say
Dude,
it.
but
I like the Teen Witch. I liked her. What can I say?
there's nobody. I'm looking at who was in. He was in 21 Jump Street episode. He was in Growing Pains. He was a friend of, I guess,
I crushed on Teen Witch.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Who's the chick in that movie? Robin Lively. Oh, this girl.
She still looks good, by the way.
Yeah, she's all right. She's 50 years old. Not bad.
Yeah.
Not too shabby.
She's married to somebody who's famous. No, she's also like.
Oh, you know whose mom she is? Blake Lively's mom. Blake Lively is Blake Lively. She's Ryan Reynolds' mother-in-law.
Mom or sister?
She's her mom.
That Teen Witch is
hold
Blake
on. Robin
Lively's
Lively.
mom?
Wait.
No, she's not that much older than us.
That is.
She could only be 10 years older than us.
Hold on. Robin Lively.
And I think that Blake Lively's in her 30s at least. I mean,
Tall chick, right? There it says they're related. How are they related? Probably they're half sisters. Yeah, you're right. Sorry about that. Yeah, because Blake Lively is. Yeah, I'm wrong. Blake Lively is. She's what is its face? She's like in her 30s. So there's no way. I mean, there could be a way, but yeah, Blake Lively's 34 years old, and Robin is 50. Yeah, they're half sisters.
But back to this Joshua guy, this kid, this weird looking kid.
Yeah.
I just remember the way he died in 1999. It was crazy.
He died?
Yeah, they killed basically the.
Oh, in the movie he died. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's still alive.
The plot.
Mm-hmm.
The plot of the movie is like they have the government created these like robot AI teachers
to
go and teach and clean up the worst gang-ridden like high schools in the inner city, like in the future, right?
Yeah.
And then so he's the punk little brother of one of the main gang leaders.
By the way, man, in real life he is gay, and he has a husband.
Well, yeah, it says here he was awarded the Capote Fellowship. I guess we could have.
Yeah.
We could have.
Yeah.
Truman Capote.
Ay, whatever. That should be the least of it.
He went to Yale. I guess that's not a surprise.
Yeah, people like that get into Yale, even if they don't have the grades.
If your mom's a Playboy bunny, you're gonna
I wonder, Natalie Portman got into like Columbia University. She never went to school. She never went to high school. They all got homeschooled.
He's a Jewish kid, by the way.
Is he?
Yeah. That means Playboy bunny mom was a. Oh God.
Wait, you mean she was Jewish?
Well, yeah. Obviously, if he's Jewish, then his mom's Jewish. That's the.
Where does it say that he's Jewish?
It says that on his Wikipedia.
Susan Bernard. Susan Bernard is. We don't know.
We don't.
Oh, there you go. I was the first under 18 Jewish virgin who was in the centerfold placed in front of a Christmas tree. That's what she said about
She was
being
under.
Playboy.
She was under 18 in Playboy.
She was. Yeah, I guess so.
Uh-oh. Who was the other one? There's like another one that was like famous for being like they didn't know that she was under 18.
Underage Playboy.
Not under. She was porn. She was doing porn.
Oh, I don't know.
She was in that movie with Johnny Depp. Remember where it was? Remember that movie Cry Baby?
Yeah. Oh, with Johnny Depp.
Yeah, she was in that movie. I mean, she was already
Amy Locane, Tracy Lords. Tracy Lords. Yeah.
Yes, Tracy Lords. But in that movie, she was already on Social Security in that movie.
Yeah, it's good. She's 54 years old too. It's already on Social Security. Seriously. Yeah, she was whatever. Yeah, she did some. She was underage, whatever. Anyway. Yeah, she was 16 years old. She did this stuff.
Oh man.
Yeah, back then she was like, wow. She was one of those people.
You know, the other. Just can we go back to One Crazy Summer for a second?
Mm-hmm.
The bad guy's girlfriend. There's this movie. Okay, I need help. I really need help to find out the name of this movie.
I think when you need help, like something's wrong with you.
No. I need because I remember because these are two movies that like they were both on cable a lot when I was a kid, like 10, 11 or something like that.
Yeah.
And they both had a weird effect on me.
Mm-hmm.
Like I was different after watching it, like One Crazy Summer.
Yeah.
And then this movie, I cannot remember the name. And she played in both of them. Okay.
Yeah.
So basically the other movie is like there's this young guy. It's all based in Texas.
Yeah.
There's a young guy. He's like kind of his father's like a rich cattle rancher or something like that. And he's about to get married to a girl, his high school sweetheart, who's a good girl, and he does love her. But before he gets married, he wants to buy like a Lamborghini. Right? So he's gonna go buy a Lamborghini. So he's on the whole movie is like this guy. He's on. It's kind of like Pee-wee's Big Adventure, but to get a Lamborghini, but not as funny.
Is she? Hold on. I'm looking at that.
She's the sales.
You Can't Hurry Love? No. Or it Takes Two?
I have no idea.
Love Bites, and then there's Broken Trust in the 90s. It's like movies in the 90s.
All right. Cool. Wait,
Broken Trust.
Who are you looking at? That actress?
Kimberly Foster. Yeah.
Okay, hold on.
You Can't Hurry Love. It looks like. David Leisure was in this movie. The guy John Isuzu, that guy.
Maybe no? I don't remember. Kimberly. Like the problem is that everybody in this movie, I've never seen them before. Like that's the last place I saw them. What's her name again?
Kimberly Foster. Johnny Tigersmith, is that who she plays as a character?
Hold on, I'm gonna check. Maybe
it looks like George Newbern. I don't know who these people are. There's like one well-known person in this entire movie, which is what's his face?
Hold on. She plays. Okay, in this movie, she played.
Yeah. In Texas, the naive Travis Rogers quits his job to marry his beloved Steffi Lawrence, and work.
What's the name of the movie?
With his father-in-law, it's called It Takes Two, and work with his father-in-law. However, he decides to buy a car with $5,000 savings in Dallas before the wedding. He goes to a car dealer, and the sexy saleswoman Johnny Tigersmith.
That's her.
That's her. Convinces him to buy an expensive, fully loaded Lamborghini-type car after the test drive. But soon Travis finds his car is a piece of junk. When Johnny sees the car, she has an argument with her crooked boss since it's not the test drive car, and fire together with the mechanic. She meets Travis, and they have a one-night stand. They team up with the mechanic, decide to retrieve the car he bought. Meanwhile, Steffi is waiting for travel for the rehearsals and finally for wedding. Will Travis marry Steffi or stay with Johnny?
Yeah. So basically, what I wanted to say was that this movie came out in 1988. I may have seen it in 1990, 1991 when I was 10. Yeah. And this is what this movie caused the 10-year-old mind
Shreya Sakhalin, basically.
to produce.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. No, not really Shreya Sakhalin, but kind of.
Yeah.
Because in the movie, when he I thought she was when she was the sales clerk. so sexy, so beautiful, right? Like, you know,
Oh,
to me-
this actor. I know this guy, George
To my-
Newbern. He was in a few movies.
yeah, but hold on, to my
Anyway.
10-year-old mind, right?
Uh-huh.
I was like, oh man, she's hot. And at the same time, you know, I thought that his wife to be is also like a really
So you created a thing of
No.
what is it called?
no, you're not gonna you're not gonna. It created this thought in my mind. You're like, I was really considering, like, I put myself in this guy's shoes. I'm 10 years old, and I'm like, man, you know, I feel like I could just like get lost in this girl's sexiness. But at the same time, he has that beautiful girl at home waiting for him, who's like with real love. A 10-year-old is not supposed to think that.
Yeah.
And that this movie did that to me.
It got you into the mindset of thinking about like the value of relationships and
yes,
comparing
you know, I mean,
what you have with, you know, this and that.
This movie probably contributed
But that's
to my ability to think deeply.
So it's interesting because that's actually what, you know, the two Ninas, that movie that I know with what's his name, the movie I told you about last week
with John Livingston, not
Livingston,
Ron Livingston.
Ron Livingston. So one of the girls is like that, you know, the exciting, hot, whatever. They're both kind of attractive. They are attractive, but the other one of them is like the hot, exciting, you know, the best, you know, relations he's ever had, and the other one is like, you know, they click perfectly. He even tells his best friend, she's like you with boobs.
Yeah,
it's like you with a vagina or something.
This actress is so she, you know, it's amazing. It's like just like revisiting this stuff. It's shocking how much these people affected your life and shaped you.
Yeah,
like this girl,
course.
this actress is the first time where I was like, she is so like sexy, but she's also so loving and inviting.
Well, it's called The Girl Next Door.
No, not The Girl Next Door. This is the opposite.
Oh, really?
She's the one who's like completely not playing any games. It's like she's she's so full of life.
She's very direct,
and she really wants you.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. And she's crazy.
Yeah,
right. So
it's like the hot crazy matrix, you know. You know that video.
Yeah. Kind of, yeah. No, but not even in a scary way. It's, she doesn't turn into like a psycho. Like, she's actually kind of sweet.
Yeah.
You know, she's just a little.
She's just a little bit obsessed.
She's full of life.
Yeah.
You know, she's really like she doesn't want to play games. She just wants to, you know. So that's like, I've never like, you know, when I was 10 years old, I'm like, damn, that's awesome. I didn't know that existed.
Yeah.
10. I'm not supposed to be thinking about that.
Yeah, that's true.
You know?
True that, sir.
Like, that's too common.
I've had the situation. I can't remember what I had that with, but I've had that as well. I've had that as well. Yeah, I've had that as well. I don't know what it was with. What instance, but I definitely had that. Yeah.
Crazy. You know, we started this conversation. I wanted to take this conversation in one of two possible directions. So I didn't even get to mention the other direction, which is fine. It's fine. Because we went with
what's the other direction?
Monkeypox.
Oh, dear Lord. Dude, man, like, you know, my friend, this guy, Baruch Kogan, he lives in a settlement, Russian Jewish guy. He actually went to Stuyvesant. And he was in the US Army, I believe, and I think also in the Israeli. So he posted the following today. His name is Boris Baruch Kogan. Interesting guy. He posts a picture of this guy, Sebastian Kuhn, K-O with like the little, you know, dots over it.
Yeah.
H-N. Division Director, Signature Initiatives at Open Society Foundation.
Oh, that's the guy. That's the video you sent me of that.
No. The video I sent you was the German. He's the German Minister of Health. That's something else. So this Kuhn guy, he's a young, I guess, homosexual. Speaking of homosexuals, and so there's another article. So he posts a picture of him from LinkedIn, and then there's an article.
Were we speaking of homosexuals? Anyway, continue.
It says, I literally screamed out loud in pain, my 2 weeks of monkeypox hell. A New Yorker described as harrowing ordeal to receive care through a system under-equipped to handle another pandemic. So he's talking about monkeypox for gay men, this and that, blah, 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 blah. So my friend writes, ever wonder who runs day-to-day operations at the Open Society Foundations, the New Israel Fund, and many other NGOs dedicated to making all of our lives better? Please refrain from offensive comments that might get this post deleted. Then the archaeologists in the future who dig up the servers might not be able to connect the dots and have their eureka moment about what happened to the civilization. So basically, it's this guy who runs like all the day-to-day stuff for Soros, is a Fanog, and he had monkeypox.
He's the guy that had the monkeypox. He's the
He's
what
one, not
what a
the
coincidence.
guy, but he's one of the guys. Yeah. So he says, he writes here, I got monkeypox and it's been a total nightmare. When the New York Pride festivities kicked off on June 24th, I was aware that monkeypox was an emerging issue, especially for Fanuks. But I was also under the impression that the number of cases in the city was relatively small. What I didn't understand is how absolutely dismal testing capacity was. At that point, the city had only capacity to process 10 tests a day. By the way, they did the same thing today. They didn't give a damn about these guys. I had sex with several guys over the weekend. This is an article, by the way, in I guess The Guardian or some shit like that. Then a week later, on July 1st, I started feeling very fatigued. I had a very high fever with chills and muscle aches, and my lymph nodes were so swollen they were protruding 2 inches out of my throat. 2 days after my symptoms began, the rash started as lesions down, by his bum bum.
We get it.
Painful sores on blah blah whatever. Initially, it was stinging, itchy, blah 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 blah. Okay, I had a telehealth visit with my primary care physician. She agreed that I should get tested, so I went to urgent care. I had all the symptoms of monkeypox, and thankfully, nobody questioned whether or not I should receive a test. I also asked for a full STI panel. I don't know what that is. I wanted the antiviral drug that used to being treated monkeypox, T-pox, but you need a positive test result first. So they sent me home with Tylenol. European regulators have approved T-pox as an effective monkeypox treatment, but the FDA has only approved it to treat smallpox. The CDC maintains a stockpile. That's why we were talking about this purpurea, Sarracenia, what's its face?
Yeah.
The CDC maintains a stockpile of T-pox and allows for its compassionate use during monkeypox outbreaks. What? After I went home, the rash started spreading and I began to feel anxious. I developed lesions literally everywhere. They started out looking like mosquito bites before developing into pimply blisters that would eventually pop, then finally scab before leaving a scar. I had them on my skull, on my face, my arms, my legs, my feet, my hands, my torso, my back, and 5 just right on my elbow. At the peak, I had over 50 lesions, a fever of 103, and intense pain, prompting a panic attack. Ironically, the only place I didn't have lesions was on my, Schwanzenegger. The next day I got my STI results positive.
The Schwanzstucker.
Listen, the next day I got my STI results positive for gonorrhea, but no word yet on monkeypox. That's when I have developed hives everywhere on my body from my neck down, as well as a headache, arthritis pain in my fingers, shoulders, and a strange pain in my shin bone that got so painful that I couldn't stand up. At night, I would wake up going crazy with both pain and itchy from the lesions and hives, just sitting up in bed and scratching myself. I was isolated, lonely, and frustrated with how unfair the situation was. I was clearly very sick, yet I had to cobble together a care plan on my own. Oh no, kind of like what we had to do. My lesions down bum, which were already very painful, turned into open wounds. It felt like I had 3 fissures right next to each other. It was absolutely excruciating. I would literally scream out loud when I went to the bathroom. Even keeping the area clean, like washing myself, was extremely painful. It was a 2-hour process each time. That's what happens when you have stuff with a bunch of guys over a weekend. And then, this guy responds, I detect a fellow who has never learned to, number 1, curb his passions, number 2, cultivate a higher pain threshold, and finally, number 3, needs a lot of time for hygiene even if he ain't poxed. Oh my God, dude. It's just, this is like self-inflicted crap.
Yeah.
Self-inflicted crap by way of immorality, basically. It's almost like they didn't learn from the previous crap that Fauci brought them. Now they brought a new crap, and and he is part of their crap, by the way, because he used to go to their. By the way, can I play for the folks at home this clip of Fauci on NPR? People have to hear this.
Sure.
Here you go. This is a clip of Fauci, Mousy, NPR interview, February 2021. This is already when the vaccines started coming out. And This is a woman who asks him. Oh man, don't tell me they took down the clip. Don't, oh, there we go. See, you gotta look for it. Okay, listen to this doozy. And mind you, you notice the woman finds nothing wrong with any of this because she's NPR.
Yeah.
I read that, during those days, you went to one or more of the gay bathhouses in New York. I assume in your suit and tie.
Yeah, I took my suit and tie off.
Did you?
Yeah.
Can you tell us what that was like? What you learned by doing that you didn't know?
Well, this was the very, very early years.
He has to. You notice he has to qualify that. This was the very, very early years.
You realize this was the early years.
Yeah, early years.
In fact,
yeah, listen.
it may even have been before we even discovered that HIV was the cause. And we were seeing these large numbers of mostly gay men, who were formerly otherwise well, who were being devastated by this terrible, mysterious disease. And it was so concentrated in the gay community that I really wanted to get a feel for like what was going on there that would lead to this explosion of a sexually transmitted disease. So I did. I went to the Castro district, I went down to Greenwich Village, and I went into the bathhouses and to essentially see what was going on. And the epidemiologist in me went, oh my goodness, this is a perfect setup for an explosion of a sexually transmitted disease. And the same thing going to the gay bars and seeing what was going on. And it gave me a great insight into the explosiveness of the outbreak of a sexually transmitted disease. So I think it was important because it gave me a really on the ground feel for what was actually dynamically going on.
Unbelievable.
Anybody else would literally be dragged out, like for saying any of that.
Yeah.
Their career is over. They're doxxed. They're set on fire. They're publicly shamed. They're stoned in the town square.
Yeah.
Everything he said was so non-woke.
Yeah. Of course. Offensive. Everything was offensive there. Can be classified as offensive.
Yeah. How come he can literally get away with everything?
Yeah.
Unbelievable.
You're far away, sir. I can barely hear you.
I'm trying to burp my little boy. Hang on a second. Oh. All right. Oh, come on, man. Hang on.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is the next generation.
I love when he burps. I feel such relief when he burps.
You burp when he burps.
Yes, I kind of do.
You burp inside.
Like my soul burps when he burps.
You burp spiritually. Spiritual burp.
He gave me a little burp, so I'm satisfied. Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
It's almost like you're taking care of a Tamagotchi doll, but it's not. It's an actual person.
That's a very strange way. It's the exact opposite.
No, it just sounds like you are, but it's actually a real person.
Man, that was really weird in junior high school. The Tamagotchis? What the hell?
Yeah, it's very strange. Yeah, they got us.
Like
they got us to
Asian
kill
marketing.
Yeah, they got us to kill, overfeed digital pets and kill them by way of overfeeding them.
Those are pets? I thought they were babies.
They were like, no, but they were, there was also pets. They were like little animals. Tamagotchi pets. Babies and also. Yeah. Hello?
Man, do you remember? I'm just like thinking about that movie again because I just watched it, One Crazy Summer. Do you remember the crazy Uncle Frank?
From?
He's like, no, in the movie.
I didn't see the whole movie. I know about the movie. I need to.
Okay, so he's obviously a Vietnam vet who's having mental issues, drug issues, and stuff like that. So the whole summer he's sitting by the radio, right, listening to these, to this like radio competition, and the winner wins $1 million. So, so he's just sitting there. He's like, he's gonna win it because he knows, like, you have to, like, once you hear a song, you gotta call in right away and tell him what the song is. And this guy knows everything, all the songs. So he's gonna win his $1 million. So at the very end of the movie, so in the course of the movie, we check in with Uncle Frank every now and then, right? Like 5 or 6 times.
Yeah.
Right? And then at the very end, where he actually calls into the radio station and he guesses the song right, and the guy's like, "Oh, we have a winner! And what's your name, sir?" And he gets so excited that he pulls the phone off the hook. Right, and then but the radio's still on. So and the guy's like, "Oh, so bad, I'm so sorry. All right, let's try the next caller." Right. So then the camera zooms in on his eyes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then because he's ex-military, so obviously he has a bazooka hanging on the wall. In the 80s, it makes sense. Okay. Every ex-military Vietnam guy is allowed to take his bazooka home. Okay. So then he fires the bazooka at the radio station. You see like the missile flying to the radio station. Blows it up. I'm not sure if the DJ got out in time. And I thought that this actor played Uncle Frank was the guy who played Laszlo in Real Genius. But it's not. I can see that now. It's a different guy.
Okay.
Yeah.
Laszlo and that guy, yeah. The guy that went into the closet and then the basement to have his lab with his lab. He
was also strangely kind of strange, mentally ill, kind of swarthy guy with a mullet.
Yeah,
I can see why I got them mixed up.
By the way, man, like also another, speaking of full retard, like the fact that Downey Jr. was somehow allowed to play a blackface guy, like would not fly. This was recent, if you think about it.
Dude, it's like this is all.
It's a psyop.
This is scripted.
Yeah. Nobody
gives a damn about anything that people say that they give a damn about on TV.
Yeah.
Nobody, everything they talk about on TV, no one cares about any of it.
Yeah.
No one is interested in gay people's sexual activities. Nobody cares.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah.
It's gross. Nobody wants to know about that stuff anyway.
Yeah.
Wokeness, none of this stuff. No human being actually cares about this.
Yeah.
Okay?
Here, can I play Johnny Jr.'s thing on Rogan about playing here? It's a bit whatever. It's kind of a 10-minute clip, but here he talks about it. Yeah, it says, "Can you make Tropic Thunder today?" But I want to get to the clip where he talks about playing here. Hold on. Johnny Jr. Tropic Thunder.
I got a 10-second warning here.
Okay. What
When
is
he
that?
starts, his whining starts to like ramp up.
Oh, okay.
He gives us, he's actually fair, I think. He doesn't just explode immediately. So he's giving us the I need
Here.
to be changed warning.
Here. Hold on.
Having you, or you could do.
Here.
The Joe Rogan Experience.
Do you think that you could do Tropic Thunder today? Would that be possible? Or you could do it.
That's funny.
And again, like Eddie, I look back to me, that movie to me was a circle back to my dad's movie called Putney Swope, which I highly recommend anyone who hasn't seen to see, about a black guy who takes over an ad agency in the 60s because everyone votes for him when the head of the company dies because they think no one else. And it's about what happens when someone who is free-spirited takes over an essentially corrupt endeavor. And then he realizes and confronts.
See, what he's trying to do is he's trying to like appeal to people's like nuance and subtlety, but clearly
he's asking for context consideration.
Yeah, but no one cares. The thing is, he's from Hollywood. Like, meaning his father was an actor. He's a good actor, but he's a kid of an actor. And no one cares about context consideration. No one cares. He says, being offended by Robert Downey Jr. playing an actor who was doing blackface It's like being offended by Leonardo DiCaprio and being racist in Django.
You know, yeah, it's most of Rogan's like listeners, right? Whenever he like starts to veer woke,
Mm-hmm.
you know, he starts veering to the left.
Yeah.
Everybody's kind of like, what the hell? None of us care about that. Like,
Yeah.
At some point, you're like, is he trying to get us there? Is
Yeah.
he like a gateway, you know, schmuck?
Yeah.
I'm saying, like, I think he is.
I think honestly, man, like it's just this whole woke thing is just a lack of sense of humor in general. Like people don't like they wanna compensate for their lack of sense of humor by basically eliminating the humor. It's not even that they care what you're saying. They just don't find it funny. And so this is their way of just like telling you that it's not funny. Like they don't understand that you're just kidding. They literally think you're serious. They literally think you're serious when you say the N-word, when you say the retard word.
There's no shtick recognition.
The FAGGOT word. They think you're serious. Because you know why? Because they would be serious if they said it. Because they are serious. They are not ever.
It's a very good point that you touched upon. I noticed, like, you know, I had a couple of conversations like recently, and I realized something that I should have realized before. There, you know, some of our own people who, like, let's say that, okay, here's a good example, talking about Trump,
Yeah.
right? We're talking to guys, like, I'm talking about guys who are like somewhat, like, at least economically conservative.
Yeah.
Right? Or they say, you know, they all these guys who are trying to be centrists. Man, I hate centrists.
Yeah. Or
There's
like
no such thing as a centrist.
Or right, center, right, whatever.
There's no such thing as a centrist. By the
No,
way.
there's no such thing.
Okay. So you'll hear them say stuff like, yeah, I don't know if I want Trump back in office in 2024, which
Yeah.
is an odd thing because, first of all, well, who else is there? And don't say DeSantis.
There is no one. Yeah.
Okay. So that's people act like there's a lot of choices.
No, there aren't.
That's number one. But that's not where I was going.
DeSantis has already been agreed upon that DeSantis is going to be his running mate. They already literally agreed upon it.
So, but that's not where I was going. Basically the point I wanted to focus on was that they said stuff like, I don't want him to be the president because he could have done this with more tact and this with more tact and that with more tact. And I'm telling them, I was like, listen, the stuff that he got done, do you like it? Do you think that was important? Like, yeah, no, it's awesome. I was like, did anybody else get it done? With all the talk from the Republicans for all these years since we've been alive, for 40 years, has anybody got it done? No. But they were more tactful. So obviously
tact is not the issue here.
Yeah, obviously tact is the enemy of results, clearly.
Yeah.
Okay. So, but they're like, we just need somebody more. You know, people think that the president is some kind of like figurehead.
Yeah.
And he's not. He's not supposed to be a figurehead.
Supposed to do stuff.
Right. But then I realized that some of the people that I'm talking to, it's like they don't want to be caught being woke.
Yeah.
But on some level, they bought into it.
Yeah, of course, they accepted it.
And they think that, so they feel bad about some of the stuff. Like they were made to feel bad, like they accepted it.
Yeah, they have shame about it.
Right? So they think that if I don't support a president that doesn't like, you know, for instance, like, you know, they think that he speaks badly about women.
Yeah.
Right. So if I don't support him, that's my way of kind of being sorry for making women unhappy or some kind of bullshit like that.
Yeah.
Like they want to designate the president as the guy who's going to do it for him.
Yeah.
Instead of being a president.
Yeah.
You understand? The president has become a personality rather than a job description of a real job. People don't know what a president is.
Yeah.
I think that's the main problem. Nobody knows. The president in the public consciousness became something else.
Yeah.
Ask a person, what does the president do? Like, what is his job?
Yeah. Well, at this point, they don't even know because they look at Biden and it's just like, there is no job. There's nothing. His job is just to be a good little boy and clean up his plate and show the doctor that you ate everything.
Right. No, what are like the actual mechanics? You know,
Yeah.
like an electrician gets up in the morning, he goes to a construction site, he
Yeah.
unfurls wire, he does, you know, what is the actual job of a president? What is he supposed to do? Like nobody knows that.
Yeah.
Okay. A chief executive. People don't understand what a chief executive is. Okay. So that's the main problem. And people don't understand why you need a chief executive.
Yeah.
So in some ways, popular culture has taken a president, which is a very important position, right? And turned him into, at least in the minds of people in the public, into like a king or like
Yeah.
like a pope or something like that.
Yeah.
You know?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, symbolic.
Okay. A figurehead, you know, he's like our royalty.
Yeah.
Okay. And this country is all about anti-royalty.
Supposedly, allegedly, until you know the Bushes and all the Skull and Bones people came in, and then that went out the window.
It's probably before that.
Yeah, true. But it really ramped up.
Yeah.
With these freaking people. I don't know, man. I'm having a Mike Tyson moment. I don't know, man. Yeah. I'm coming for you, Lennox. I wanna rip out his heart. I want to eat his children. All praise be to Allah.
Is he still on that? Is he still Muslim?
Who?
Mike Tyson?
You know what's funny? I don't know, but his current wife is like, her parents are Muslim.
Okay.
Her parents are like Ali and something whatever. So I guess he married her when he was still on his Muslim stuff. I don't know what he is now. He's just like general spiritual, I guess you can call him. I don't know.
I hope he doesn't go Kabbalah center.
Oh my God. You know, actually that would be.
I'd rather him be Muslim. I swear.
Yeah. Well, it's funny because, you know, what Malcolm X used to say, Islam is like the religion of the black man. It's tailored to the black man. You know, it's
Unfortunately, Muhammad did not agree.
Yes, he did not. He thought it was for Jews and for
That's a completely separate thing.
for Arabs. Yeah.
Right. Muhammad was white and Arabs are white.
Yeah.
And they didn't like black people. Like if you read the history carefully, they were not interested in, you know, they wanted, you know, only the people they considered, you know, worthy to be, you know, to adopt the religion. Everybody else should be slaves.
The biggest slave owners today are North African Arabs. And partially, and some black people also. They own other black people.
You know, there's still a type of slavery, and I'm not talking about the one that Paul keeps talking about. You know, like there's almost like a culturally accepted role, the pimp. Right?
Yeah.
It's almost spoken of.
It's almost like venerated.
Yeah, it's almost venerated. A pimp is just a slave owner.
Yeah.
That kind of slavery is okay because it's, you know.
Yeah. Yeah. Good. What's up? But what were we talking about? We're talking about, we went into something.
We start talking about monkeypox.
Oh, monkeypox. Yeah.
Okay. You know what? I want to do something useful in this conversation. Hang on a minute.
Mm-hmm.
Just hang on a minute.
Mm-hmm.
I have to get something.
Ladies and gentlemen, we're gonna have a little bit of a dead air right now. So like
I'm looking for medication to tell people about.
Oh, nice. Not Sarracenia purpurea, I think.
No. Something else. I found it. I'm on my way back now.
Thank you.
Okay. See, no dead air. Okay.
Mhm.
So this is a prescription medication. It's called ribavirin. R-I-B like boy, A-V like Vinny, I-R-I-N.
Ribavirin, antiviral, used to treat RSV, hepatitis C, and viral hemorrhagic fevers.
Okay.
Bottom was taking this when he had.
Okay, so get your hands on that,
Mhm.
and also on Saracenia purpurea.
Mostly Purpurea.
And
Actually made a
maybe
video.
maybe we could link that episode where we
Yeah.
were speaking to the herbalists.
Yeah. The
And
lady.
I read the preparation for it.
Yes. Yes. And they were talking about this. And there was a little bit of a kind of a pompous lady talking about the tinctures and
Wait, don't, I don't know. Well, I guess
there you go.
I don't
So
know.
Saracenia
Yeah,
purpurea-
she was being a little bit obstructive. I don't know why she needed to do that. I wasn't trying to. It's very odd, you know. It's like she wanted to make sure that I wasn't, irresponsibly educating the public and taking them the wrong way. Yeah, I remember that. Very annoying.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Well, there's always people who gotta throw things, wrenches in operations. You realize like even in this sphere, there's like you have the feminism stuff going on.
Yeah, she made it difficult. I'm starting to remember that conversation. I was just trying to convey something simple, and she interfered like a couple of times, and I had to like get creative to describe it. Like she would not let. I remember that. The hell.
Yeah, she kept going. Kind of weird.
Gosh.
But Baruch Hashem, we at least
the information got out. Hopefully, it wasn't interfered with too much.
Yeah.
Maybe this episode will help to disseminate it.
Yeah, we will.
I can't. I would honestly, I would read that article again, but I can't find it.
The article?
Remember, I was reading. I was reading the article from the Lancet, actually, from the late 1800s.
Here.
Did I send it to you?
It was for smallpox, Lancet. Let's do. Yeah, there you go. 1862. I found it. There you go.
No, there's actually a number of them.
Yeah,
I don't know if
August 30th, 1862. Saracenia purpurea and smallpox. Report of the trial of Saracenia purpurea. It's a few of these things. There you go. In vitro characterization of 19th century therapy for smallpox. This thing from National Library of Medicine. There you go.
Is it like a call? It's like somebody who's writing in, a doctor who's telling.
He's writing in. It's a bunch of doctors, and they wrote about something from 1892. Yeah, Charles Millspall described the Native Americans of Eastern. But they were writing about it. Something like that.
I'm trying to look for it quickly. If I can't find it, we'll just. All right. I'll try to find it and then maybe link it too.
Yeah.
Rafi, you're not happy about this? What is Rafi's problem?
His problem is that he pees lying down. That's his problem.
Yeah, that is uncomfortable. He does like his diaper changed promptly.
Mm-hmm. We would be annoyed by that as well had we been in his situation.
We were indeed.
Yeah.
I don't know if we got the service that we needed.
I don't think so.
Because Soviet parents and whatnot. But
well, you were here, so you had Pampers. I had
nappies.
Plyonki. No, they're like the things you have to wash.
Yeah, nappies.
Oh, that's what it is? Okay.
Yeah.
Like plastic.
Gosh.
It's actually quite quality. It's just you have to wash it.
There's some questions I never got around to asking people from the Soviet Union, and I don't think I can. Like, what did you guys do for? Did you have toilet paper?
Yeah, 1-ply or newspaper.
Newspaper.
That's why my parents, when they started, desubscribing from New York Times, the New York Times they had lying around,
Yeah, but I don't. That doesn't seem like doable. I don't know. I'd worry about the ink causing problems over time.
Talk to some Soviet people.
And you get a tattooed bottom after a period of time.
Listen, gotta do what you gotta do.
Hey,
When you gotta go, you gotta go.
get a leaf,
A leaf.
a newspaper.
Yeah. What if the leaf is like? What if there's like toxicity or whatever, poison something?
Okay, so you got to learn your leaves.
By the way, legendary bodybuilder Jerry Ward, Nifter, suddenly at 46, thought he had pulled a left rib. He was in Pittsburgh commentating on a live stream of NPC Teen Collegiate and Masters National. His knowledge of the sport and bodybuilding was unparalleled.
Yeah, they're counting. Listen, they're counting on all these people being dead before they really catch on to what's going on.
Yeah, there's a guy he's a doctor actually, on Twitter, Dr. James Olson. I don't know where he is. It says genetic engineering, John Hopkins, 2014, biomed and cancer research guy. Here. You better wake up before you find yourselves in a situation like what happened under Stalin, letting people tell you what to wear or put in your body. You think it can't happen now? It can happen now. You think these people are playing games? Keep playing along with them. He says, he's pissed off. Something happened with the Baltimore Orioles baseball team.
Yeah.
I just read that all 40 members of the Orioles baseball team followed the agenda. Why? Did it help President Biden? I never followed the agenda. And I'm thankful to God for giving me the good sense and education to make that decision. The Orioles, in my opinion, are a disgrace. And then he writes, not even one out of 40 members of the Orioles Major League Baseball team, in my opinion, were man enough to stand up on their principles. What an utter disgrace. What an absolute disgrace. Absolute disgrace. I will never watch MLB baseball again. No human being will ever tell me what to put in my body.
Yeah, man.
Crazy, man.
There's
Yeah,
another thing. There's another thing I wanted to mention,
Mhm.
which is pretty crazy. And I'm sure people have heard this over time a lot, but shedding. People have heard this, which, and people would call and ask, like, I wouldn't know what to know, because there's no definite answer at the time. But now there seems to be. It seems to be very, very real. I posted something. Let me find it. It's not an article. It's a video, but I'll just give you a synopsis.
Listen to this. I'm just going to list off these.
Wait, hold on. I just wanted to.
People.
Okay, go ahead. Fine.
Happy Monday star. This is like some British show. Sean Ryder reveals brother Paul complained of headaches hours bore Nifter at age 58. Paramedics said it looked like it had been a blood clot or a brain tumor. Conductor falls and dies in the middle of performance at top Munich Opera House. Stefan Soltis when conducting the Richard Strauss opera, The Silent Woman, at the Bavarian State Opera when he suddenly fell from his podium. There's the mirror. UK Berkeley chemistry professor, UC Berkeley, sorry. Philip Geisler dead suddenly while on a hike in Utah Canyonlands National Park, was attempting a short hike from Elephant Hill in the Needles District, received the Distinguished Teaching Award in 2011. Why did they just give 500 student athletes heart screening and ECG test in Houston, Texas yesterday? But I don't remember this being done before. Yes, people are fascinating, and it's an interesting world. And then this Jerry Ward thing. Biden and people like him were steadily preaching to others about how sick they were going to be if they didn't follow the agenda. And now they're all in isolation, taking some type of drug and testing themselves, quote unquote. Meanwhile, that we are all healthy. This is why they are seething. I'll tell you what protects against severe disease and hospitalization: my immune system. Let's see, who else was after?
Before you
Questions? What?
Before you continue, can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay. I just wanted to say, for the folks at home, just go. I assume they're not going to allow him on YouTube. So go on Rumble and look up Dr. Philip. Actually, it's probably Philippe Van Welbergen. Okay. So last name is Van Welbergen, Welbergen. Okay.
By the way, you realize this episode might also be, hopefully it won't be, but.
I mean, this is useful information, because people, because there are a couple of videos where what's good, like when he's interviewed, he's actually providing slides of blood samples.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Like from microscope, right? So basically, if people can picture what a blood cell looks like, it looks kind of like a little donut. It's not really a donut, but it's like it's like an oval or a circle with kind of like a pinched midsection. a little
Did he
bit.
go
It's like
on? Yeah, there you go. Philippe, and he went on Stu Peters. This is it, the episode?
he probably did. I mean, he's been doing a few
The
like
blood slides.
since February or since earlier this year.
Yeah, there you go.
So basically, what he was showing in slides when they were doing diagnostic tests,
Mhm.
okay, is so like I was saying, the blood cells have like these it's a smooth little circular cell, and when they looked at vaccinated, first he was talking about what it looked like with vaccinated people,
Yeah.
okay, and instead of round or oval, like smooth edged cells, they were
Yeah.
like literally spikes. It's like
Yeah.
it looked like like the actual edge of the cell fractured and produced like these spikes all around.
Yeah.
You know, it looks like a punk's bracelet.
Yeah.
You know, if you could picture that.
Yeah.
And all of them, all the blood cells in the sample
Mhm.
were found to have that. Plus, there was graphene oxide found in the samples, and the graphene oxide can assemble itself, meaning like when it's some kind of an intelligent substance.
Yeah.
It's artificial,
Yeah.
and it can grow inside the body. And when you see these graphene oxide structures compared to the size of the cells, they're gigantic,
Yeah.
and they're sharper than razor blades.
So here's
They're
my question, man. What is it about taking 3 versus 2 that gives you that? You know, where it's
I don't recall him mentioning that kind of nuance. He
know
was
he
just saying
didn't.
vaccinated people.
It just seems like it's 3 is the issue.
No, I don't know. That may or may not be. I didn't hear this guy saying it. He was just talking about people who got the vax,
Okay.
and maybe I think he mentioned like some people who got the booster.
Hmm.
He didn't say how many times,
Yeah.
but most recently, here's the really scary part:
Okay.
is that he's seeing those same blood samples in non-vaccinated people who live with or have contact with people who are vaccinated,
It's crazy, man.
like children from vaccinated teachers.
So what, I
3,
have
4, 5-year-olds.
So what I have to like now go and
So
I'm next to my parents all the time, you know?
so I would wager. Of course, I don't know. You know, I'm not even close to a doctor. You know, you're closer to a doctor than I am, Greg. Okay, but I'd wager, just my instinct, that this probably has to do with either people who were like recently vaccinated. I remember my brother saying that even a year ago that there seems to be some indication that people who are in proximity to a person who was vaccinated within the first 3 months of vaccination. Okay, so I think that that's probably still the case. Like if somebody like your parents are much further than 3 months.
Yeah.
Right. I don't think that I can't say for sure. I don't think that it's a problem, your
Yeah.
parents. But I think that definitely people recently vaccinated,
Yeah.
stay away from them for a couple of months.
Yeah.
Okay. You know, stay away for 3 months. It's not the end of the world.
Yeah.
Okay. Like imagine somebody has mono. You don't
Yeah.
want to go near them. If that person had mono, you wouldn't go anywhere near them, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
And that's totally socially acceptable.
Yeah.
All right. This is way more dangerous than mono.
Yeah.
Okay. So, but I would assume that this also has to do with the booster shots as well. You know, like stay away from people that keep getting the booster shots. You have to. This is not a joke. This is really happening. This is really having an effect. See, and Rafi agrees.
Yeah.
He's adding drama to the situation.
Yeah. Right.
Thank you, Hani.
Yeah.
Thank you. I really appreciate it. Oh no, she's even getting closer to me. Okay. Wait, this might be an anger thing. Hold on. You know, he brought it to a dramatic, like, zenith, just to drive the point home.
Yeah.
But jokes aside, stay away from people who were vaccinated and boosted.
Yeah.
If possible. No, I mean, not even if like you have to, basically.
Yeah.
Okay. I mean, I know we started this episode and we spoke mostly about Bobcat, And we probably didn't expect to talk about this kind of stuff, but it is what it is. You know?
Yeah. By the way, Mousy got subpoenaed. You know that?
No, I didn't know that.
He got subpoenaed. First of all, yeah. I'll tell you with what. Yeah, Mousy and others have been subpoenaed over the alleged gagging of social media misinformation and censorship relating to discrediting the Great Barrington Declaration. This is what because he wrote about that in in his emails that he was going to discredit it. Among other things, they have 30 days to respond. So they've been subpoenaed, I guess, yesterday or today, and they have 30 days to respond, basically until end of August. And
one more time, what was it about? You read it so fast.
About all the gagging people on social media, misinformation, censorship, telling people that they were speaking misinformation, all this kind of stuff. I don't know who subpoenaed them though.
And who? Yeah, that's what I wanted to know.
Yeah, here you go. Fauci, Jankovic, Vivek Murthy, Karine Jean-Pierre, and more served subpoena in censorship collusion lawsuit. Here you go. The Missouri Attorney General with help is suing government employee and big tech for conspiracy and censorship of views which did not match liberal ideology. Subpoenas request all communications between the government officials and bodies and Facebook founder Mark Zuckerberg. In 2020, whatever this is, they found that Mousy communicated with Zuckerberg on a semi-regular basis. He says, "Thank you for your kind note." Oh, this is Fauci writing to Zuckerberg. "I tried to call you, but got voicemail. FYI, my cell phone number is such and such. Your idea proposal sounds terrific. I'd be happy to do a video for your hub. We need to reach as many people as possible, convince them to take mitigation strategies seriously, or things will get much, much worse. Also, your idea about such and such is very exciting. I'm copying my special assistant, Patty Conrad. Her office number is such and such. Please have your people contact her and arrange for the video. I'm also copying the director of my communications and government relations group. You can put your people in contact with the best person who would be the U.S. government point of contact. Best regards, Tony." Here you go. AG suit against Biden administration also includes the following people: Biden, Fauci, NIAID, DHS Secretary Alejandro Mayorkas, Cybersecurity Infrastructure Agency, CISA, Center for CDC, Nina this Mary Poppins psycho, Jen Psaki, and several more agents. This is from Gateway Pundit, actually. Missouri Attorney General Eric Schmidt posted this report on latest developments in the lawsuit. Blah blah blah. Hold on a second. There you go. And Louisiana Attorney General Jeff Landy served discovery requests on top Biden officials and served third-party subpoenas on social media giants Twitter, Meta, YouTube, Instagram, and LinkedIn. Discovery requests and subpoenas come as part of Missouri's and Louisiana's lawsuit against Biden, allegedly colluding with social media giants to censor, suppress freedom of speech. Earlier this month, the federal court granted Missouri and Louisiana requests for expedited discovery and documents, and Missouri served those requests. Blah 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 blah. Here you go. Yeah, so I listed already the people that they're suing. One set of discovery contains interrogatories and requests for documents from defendant Dr. Fauci and NIAID on certain items like identify all communications with any social media platform relating to content modulation and or misinformation, identify all meetings with any social media platform related to content modulation and or misinformation, identify all communications with Mark Zuckerberg from January 1st, 2020 to the present, including but not limited to those referenced in paragraphs 142 of complaint, identify all communications, that relate to Great Barrington Declaration. This is the doctors who, the original signers of the declaration: Dr. J. Bhattacharya, Dr. Martin Kulldorff, Aaron Kheriaty, Sunetra Gupta, Scott Atlas, Alex Berenson, Dr. Peter Daszak. Interesting. Dr. Xijing Li, the Wuhan Institute of Virology, Eco Health Alliance, or any.
Can I stop you for a second?
This information doesn't.
Can I stop you for a second? Everything that you just read, right? And I really tried hard to listen. I still don't know who's subpoenaing Mousy.
The Louisiana and Missouri what is it called? Like attorney generals.
Okay.
Yeah.
Got it.
Yeah.
Now I feel better.
Yes.
And I was just wondering, like, who is allowed to subpoena who? You know, is anybody? Am I allowed to subpoena
No, I
somebody?
mean, they went through a federal court. They went to a federal circuit court in that area.
So a federal court
Through a
authorized
judge.
a subpoena.
Yeah, through a judge who was like normal, and they did it.
I have another question. Where does this word subpoena come from? Subpoena? What the hell?
It means, well, there's penal, I guess. Here,
Ever wonder?
yeah, I'll tell you. Latin.
It doesn't even sound like it belongs in the English
Well,
language.
it says late Middle English as a noun from Latin it's two different words, under penalty.
Ah.
Uses
Aha.
old, dates from the mid 17th century.
I actually should have guessed that. Subpoena, under penalty.
Here, a word forming element meaning under, beneath, behind, from under, resulting from further division. 1 second. I'm just reading this whole, and then penal, yeah. Yeah, pertaining to punishment by law. Mid 15th century from Old French penal. I wonder if it's penal. It's not related. See, it says directly from medieval Latin, penalis from Latin pionalis, pertaining to punishment from punishment Greek, blood money, fine, penalty, punishment from root que, to pay, atone, compensate. Worth, honor, esteem, respect. Interesting. Yeah, that's what it is, under penalty.
I have to go
Yes, sir.
because I got a daven, I guess.
It's all good.
But I did want to read something.
Mhm.
However, disclaimer: I don't know the accuracy of it.
Mhm.
Okay, and if it's not true, like if it's not like accurate in terms of like facts,
Mhm.
but it's accurate in terms of truth.
Mhm.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, but I guess the folks at home could check to see if all this is correct. But it says here, this is a post on Getter.
Yeah.
Somebody posted this, the Silent Majority. That's the name of the account.
Yeah.
And he actually has like a hair metal band icon.
Yeah.
So it says 56 men signed the American Declaration of Independence.
Mhm.
5 signers were captured by the British as traitors and tortured before they died.
Mhm.
12 had their homes ransacked and burned. 2 lost their sons serving in the Revolutionary Army. Another had 2 sons captured. 9 of the 56 fought and died from wounds or hardships of the Revolutionary War. They signed and they pledged their lives, their fortunes, and their sacred honor.
Yeah.
So that was basically people, put their money where their mouth is.
Yeah.
That's what it took. Like these,
Yeah.
and the people that we're talking about here were high level dudes.
Yeah.
Like rich guys. Guys who had government positions already.
Yeah.
And and they themselves had to pick up arms and so
Yeah.
it's like
Yeah. See, there
So-
you go. This is from Eric Schmidt's own website. That's the only place it was reported there, and like some local Missouri dude. We don't have journalists anymore. I mean, this is obvious to anybody, but astounding. But like once, I mean, this is a lawsuit, so like if somebody rules in the lawsuit, like
does it
You know
say
what I'm
when like this is like if
no, they have 30 days to respond.
is it going? Oh yeah, so basically,
It's gonna go on and on and on. You know how these things go.
yeah, they're gonna grant them appeals and delays and delays and delays.
I remember talking to Stuyvesant once at the La Gomer event. We were talking about like what happens to we were asking about I was asking about a friend of ours, mutual friend that had like a lawsuit for like 4 or 5 years, and things just kept getting kicked down the road. And he's like, and then Stuyvesant is like, yep, it's about 75% of what I do every day, just kicking it along. Because he's a lawyer.
Yeah.
I'm just kicking it along, kicking it along, kicking it along, kicking it.
Kick it down the road. That's
Yeah,
it.
that's just like
That's a way of life.
Yeah,
The fact that you can do that
yeah,
ruins everything. It
Yeah.
ruins justice.
yeah.
You can't have it now.
Listen, man, how do you think I beat some of these like cell phone tickets? I just postponed the court dates. Fantastic. And one of them just got like removed. It's great.
Yeah, man.
Hmm.
I was going to talk about UFO stuff, but not this time.
Yeah, next time.
It's not that interesting anyway. It was just it was a bill. It's called, for the folks at home, I'll just say, if you want to read calendar number, hold on, authenticated U.S. government information, calendar number 438, and the bill is it's marked S.4503 to authorize appropriations for fiscal year 2023. Anyway, in that bill,
Okay.
it talks about giving immunity. Immunity? Yeah, immunity to people who want to come forward and talk about UFO retrieval programs. So I thought that was interesting.
Can I simplify your life? Next episode is going to be 23. So 23 is Michael Jordan, and Michael Jordan had a movie called Space Jam. So we can call it Space Jam.
Let me simplify it even further. We spoke about an actor who played in a movie called Real Genius, Val Kilmer.
Yeah.
Val Kilmer, I found out, I never saw this, was recently he played a preacher who preached about UFOs at a roller disco.
Mhm.
Okay, we can go for it from that angle as well. Okay.
Crazy.
We don't have to get Kevin Bacon involved in this. All right.
Yeah.
So, all right, man. Let's call it.
It's been real.
Yes, sir.
And
I wish like I could do the Bobcat voice. That's like a superpower. No, but it's not. It's sweeter than that, you know? You can feel you can feel his frustration and his rage.
He's just trying to get something out and he can't.
Yeah. And you know he's a good guy. Well,
I love the part. He's just like on the on the motorcycle. He's like, does that thing have a battery? Nice bike. He rides away. Where's the battery?
Yeah, sometimes he tries to show his appreciation and his sensitivity.
Yeah.
He still sounds like that.
Oh man. Genius.
Just sayonara.
All right, sir.